What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, friends and family? How y'all feeling in the building? Yeah. Yeah. We working. How y'all feeling? Major Game says, what up? AC Reviews the World said, what up? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. What we got going on here? That look good. That look good. Let's see if I can send that and give a little bit of a preview of what we got going on. Share Max Studio. My people just gave me an update. We working on it. You know what I'm saying? Soon the link is going to be live, apparently, of the giveaway. So we was working on some stuff. Y'all had a lot going on yesterday. Now I'm trying to figure out how to keep my head at the same time as I'm continuing to rock it out with you guys. So we working. So we gonna be doing the Tesla. We're gonna do the Tesla giveaway. Looks like we above 972, so we around 28,000 subscribers before we officially launch the giveaway as a result of me hitting million subscribers on YouTube. So I appreciate y'all. I rock with y'all. So we gonna get there. We gonna get there. All right. So it's Freestyle Friday. Of course, we got After Hours tonight. After Hours was popping last night. More information to come soon. And we're gonna get it popping. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I think that y'all are great. I think that y'all are great. You just wrecked your car, Antonio Watkins. How you wreck your car, big dog? What's going on, Antonio? What you doing? What's up, friends? How y'all feeling today? Power Ranger, K Cooper, your car, Trevian Holly, Chris Cunningham, Blame Me. Are we really missing enough people that a serial killer's behavior is noticeable? Anton, you was talking about how much you love me. I love. New York is one of my favorite places to go to. I used to want to live in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was coming up, not because of the rappers. A lot of people, a lot of the black culture and the black community, they've wanted to move to New York because of the rappers. I wanted to move to New York because I wanted to be on Wall Street. I was always incredibly obsessed with Wall Street. And so anything stock related, when I was coming up, I used to, look at Wall Street, the movie, you know what I'm saying? And so I watched that. And then I watched the reboot movie, the one with Charlie Sheen. And then I watched the one with, I forgot what the name of it, what the major actor in that one was. But yeah, man, I was always about the money. And so I was obsessed with the New York lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I was always obsessed with living in Manhattan. I watched all of the movies where they would show Manhattan and the skyscrapers and all of this stuff, which is one of the reasons why I'm so brokenhearted at what I see happening in the United States of America. Wolf of Wall Street. Thank you. I appreciate you, Keita. I appreciate you, Trevian. It's one of the Trini Life. I appreciate you. Michael Douglas. Thank y'all. Chat is that's why I need y'all. Y'all my extension. Y'all an extension of me. But I grew up loving New York. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, couldn't wait to go and visit New York, all of the major cities. You know what I'm saying? If you would ever watch Home Alone and they were showing the suburbs, I think, of Chicago. And, the movies that was showing the nightlife over in Miami. And then you had Los Angeles and Hollywood. And then Vegas was the mob movies and stuff. And so I grew up in an era where it wasn't so woke. It wasn't so woke. It was more or less about, really, it was the American dream. And it didn't matter where you was from. The whole mantra was like, it don't matter where you from. You can always, if you a hustler, you can make it in New York. You're going to get money, And then it was like, Detroit was the home of the auto industry. Atlanta was down there on some like Black Mecca Freaknik type stuff. Miami was like, gangster movie. Vegas was the mob, Sinatra and Elvis and, the Rat Pack. And then Los Angeles was like City of Angels, Hollywood, Paramount, and all of this stuff. And now as an adult, it's heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? It's heartbreaking because it's like, because we looked at Atlanta and DC and it was like Chocolate City on some like, a different world. We grew up in the Cosby era where it was like, man, I can't wait to go to college. Look at Dwayne Wade, and not Dwayne Wade, but the one that had the flip up glasses on a different world. And we was on that type of time. We couldn't wait to go to school because it was like, oh man, look at the culture and all of this stuff. And now everything is so woke. Everything is broken. Everything is angry and racism and DEI and overtaxed and all of this stuff. And it's like, what happened? What the heck happened to all of the different, like you could go to a different part of the United States of America and you would be like in a whole nother country. New York was a whole nother country from Detroit. And Detroit was a whole nother country from Chicago. And they had their own lingo and dances and the way that they dress and they, their accents. Your accent was different. And you would go to New Orleans, it was like, oh man, we about to go to New Orleans, Mardi Gras. It was just different. You can go to the different part of the United States of America and it was a whole nother space. Even when it came to the music on the West Coast sounded, it was like, Six Foes and you know what I'm saying? And weather, palm trees. And then you went down to Houston and it was like Suave House and Chopped and Screwed and all of that type of stuff. And then you went up to Detroit and Chicago and it was preppy. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit more grittier and preppy. And it was like Jay Dilla and Slum Village. And then you went over to the New York and you had Wu-Tang Clan and EPMD and Flavor Flav, Fight the Power, all of that type of stuff, X-Clan. And now it's like everybody want to be like everybody. There is no cultural norms. Y'all wanted to let everybody and their mama. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened to the United States of America. I'm gonna tell you what happened to the United States of America. What happened to the United States of America is that we let everybody and their mama inside of here that wasn't from here and they wasn't vetted, and then they changed it into being something else. And we were so busy trying to make everybody comfortable that we lost ourselves. We were so busy trying to make everybody feel welcome that they came in here with their size 87 shoes and they was like, this our country now. Now we more focus on protecting people and their cultures than we are about the stuff that we was already on. I'm being real. What happened to America? What happened to America is that America became so woke and it became so much of a melting pot that we overcorrected for what we thought was wrong, but we was right. We was right. Like, we were right that it was okay to be different and it was okay to be cultural, but then it made you appreciate going to visit other people and seeing other cultures in the United States of America because you knew that they did it different over there. And so it was just a different vibe. It was a different wave. But we got so focused on trying to make sure that everybody that came in here was comfortable that we then started to overcorrect and said, no, we want to be like, no, we need to do this. Now every city got a Chinatown. Every city got a Mexican town. Every city got a woke part. Everybody trying to be like everybody else. All the buildings look the same. Brooklyn and the New York and Manhattan and the brownstones and all of that stuff, that was strictly New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went to Miami and it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Cuba, you was part Cuba over there. And then you came to Detroit and we had basements and 2-family flats and whole homes and stuff like that. And we had Albert Kahn architecture. Albert Kahn was a very prominent figure. And so it was all like sculpted and, you would see all of the different things in the train station and it was like brick and all of the streets was made of brick. And then you went over to, Los Angeles and their homes was different, and down south, their homes was different. And it was like everywhere was different and it was beautiful. America was beautiful. America is ugly now and we trying to get it back. And I'm telling you, the reason why people are pushing so hard against Trump and conservative values and families and all of that stuff, we was so dope that we didn't even know that we lived in the ghetto. When you lived in the hood, but it wasn't called the ghetto. The ghetto was the projects. The hood was different than the ghetto. And the hood was what we now deem as the hood was the place where we grew up. It was where your mother and your father, and it was a lot of community and everybody was playing on the streets and the blocks and stuff like that. Now we hate ourselves because we let everybody else tell us what to do and we was right. We thought that we was wrong because we were so busy looking to see what everybody else was doing instead of embracing who we were, understanding that they was trying to come over here. We was never trying to go over to where they was. Now, everybody want to be a passport bro. Everybody want to go and live in a different city, in a different country. That wasn't a thing. We didn't want to live overseas. Ain't nobody want to live in Mexico. I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody wanted to live in Mexico. Nobody wanted to go and move to Mexico. Nobody wanted to go and move to Thailand. China was a shithole. Listen, China was so bad that the reason that they were wearing masks over in China was because the air was so messed up. They didn't wear masks just because they wore masks because they couldn't breathe over in China. China was trash. Trash. You didn't have Korean automakers. We wasn't celebrating European cars. If you got the Benz or something like that, you got a Beamer or a Benz or something like that. But Jeeps was just as popular as Beamers and Benz. I remember the Lost Boys, the Beamers and the Benz. I remember the Lost Boys. If you had a Jeep, you was the man. If you had a Jeep was just as dope as having a Beamer or a Saab. A Saab with the gold BBSs on it was the shit. I grew up like, man, our goal wasn't to get a supercar. Let me tell you how dope America was. Every single dream was attainable because everybody wasn't trying. We grew up with a Lamborghini on our wall, but our goal was to get a Grand National or a Buick Regal, a Cutlass Supreme. And if you really went old school, you can get a Chevelle SS or something like that. And we just wanted to, or if you wanted to go West Coast style, you can go and get a 64 Impala with the Daytons, and then you get hydraulics on it. We was different. It was different. America was great. When Trump said, make America great again, he's talking about the pastime things that we forgot because we so focused on trying to be like everybody else. Now we got to have a foreign chick, foreign car. Y'all let these niggas market to y'all. Y'all let these other places in these countries market to y'all so much that now you want to be like them and they trying to get over here. You let them trick you out your bag, bro. Let them trick you out your bag, bro. I couldn't wait to get to New York. Man, New York was like, oh, that's the Mecca. New York was the Mecca. It was the Mecca. It was ground zero for greatness. Nigga, you go to New York, if you was able to get a job on Wall Street, nigga, you was out of there. It's like, yo, I made it, bro. I made it. I'm gonna cover that AC Reviews the World. I did see that. I just don't know what happened, bro. Like, now, if you say make America great again, people that was born after 2000 act like they got a. I don't think that people that was born after 2000 should even have an opinion, bro. I don't think that they should be. We shouldn't even be listening to people that talk about racism that was born after 2000. You don't even get to say so. Your brain ain't even fully developed. We should not be taking no advice, no relationship advice. We should not be taking insight on what it is that we should live our lives like. You can't be a life coach if you was born after 2000, nigga. I want to hear what these niggas got to say. You don't even know what life. You don't even know what a good time look like. You don't even know. You ain't never seen going to a party with black people there and everybody dancing. Nigga, pool parties, you used to actually get in the pool. People used to actually be dancing and not holding up the wall. You ain't never been to a concert where they ain't never had their phone up like this, trying to record everything. You ain't never been to a concert where everybody was just sweating and just having a good time, nigga. You ain't never been there. You ain't never, everything you do, it got to be somebody at Clout there. We were the Clout. We were the celebrities because you was the person that was getting dressed to go and do it. I'm not listening to nobody that was born before 2000, bro. At all. Because y'all not on no social issues. Nigga, you need to shut the fuck up and just learn something. It's Friday. I'm unhinged today. You just gonna have to shut up and learn something, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody as far as what they perspective on politics, racism. If I hear somebody before 2000 say, when was America ever great? I know you ain't never been outside. That's why I be hearing these people, Anton, they never did this. Nigga, I done lived 3 lifetimes. I promise to God, I've done things that you can only dream of. In every city. I promise to God, I've done things that you only dream of. Boy, I came up at a time where you can smoke cigarettes on an airplane. You know what I'm saying? I came up at a time where you can smoke cigarettes on an airplane. Everything that y'all got is altered. You can't even smoke trees no more without having some kind of artificial something. Nothing that you do is natural. Bodies ain't natural. Your trees ain't natural. Your hair ain't natural. You ain't never seen natural. You don't even know what a natural woman look like. I see these women today, bro. I'm almost feeling like I'm living in a simulation. Every chick that they define as a baddie look the fucking same. Have y'all noticed that? Detroit girls used to look different than the down south chicks. The down south chicks used to look different than the New York chicks. New York chicks used to look different than the LA chicks. All of the women look the same. All of the girls look the same.
No matter what city you go to, they all the same. Either they super fucking weird or they all look the same, bro. They all ain't no kind of, that's why y'all don't, that's why all of the girls ain't feeling pretty. That's why they all getting surgery. Because it's like, yo, you used to be a baddie. You used to have the dark baddies. We used to call them red bones. You used to have a red bone. You know what I'm saying? You used to have a chocolate chick. You used to have all of that. Neapolitan, vanilla, all of that. You used to be able to taste the rainbow and not the gay one. You used to be able to have all the different chicks, and it's like, yo, I want them all. I want them all. I want every single chick. I gotta try them all. You didn't even have to go out. Y'all talking about, oh man, I want an Asian chick. I wanted this chick. I want that chick. Bruh, we ain't had that many options. That's why we was winning. You didn't say that. You said, I want a red bone, I want a dark-skinned chick, or I want a chick that's mixed. You can put them all together. That's where we got our ice cream from. You got the chocolate, you got the strawberry, and then the vanilla was the mixed chicks. We say, yo, I just want the Neapolitan ice cream. Now you got to have sorbet. What the fuck is sorbet? You know what I'm saying? We used to have a good time. Dog. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know, man. I'm so thankful to God that I grew up in a time where it was like actually a good time, bro. Seriously, man. I just love my life. I'm so thankful to God that he raised me at the time that I was raised. And it's so funny to listen to these new niggas talk about what it is that we ain't see. Boy, I seen more. We seen natural titties. We didn't see this modified. We came up in the era where all of the women, and listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Shout out to my snow hares and my snow bunnies in here. All the white women was flatbacks. And we appreciated them too because they had this like little soul sister type of thing going on with them. All women was good women. All of them. Because even the big backs, they was like sort of seemingly big backs, but they still had a softness to them. It's like, yeah, you know, I could deep dab with a big back. I ain't tripping off a big back. Because a big back, she still was curvy and she still was soft and she had a nice face no matter what she looked like. The big backs today look like big back gorillas. They look like Planet of the Apes. So what is that type of big back? Ah, you get scared. Come here, no. So what kind of big backs y'all got today? Man, I'm telling you, if I was in a time capsule and I woke up at 2025, I seen all of these big backs today. I said, this is a different type of back big. Back then, the big backs was different. They still was shaped like a Coke bottle, but it was like it wasn't 2-liter Coke bottle. It was like a extra size. It was just widened. They still had curves. They moved a little different. They was feminine. They wasn't grown men out here. These big backs today, they look like grown men, bro. So what kind of big backs is these? What they putting in y'all food? You ain't had women that was sitting there. You know, women used to talk back to men, but when women talked back to men back then, they still had a softness to them. It was a softness to them. It was still like, I'm going to cuss you out, but I'm still feminine. And it just made you a little bit more attracted to them. Like, that one got a mouth on her, don't she? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no cussing chicks out. Wasn't no, fuck you there, bitch. Wasn't none of that, bro. It wasn't none of that. It was like, oh, okay. Okay, your chick chose me. Now men are women and women are men. The cities is completely crumbled. Crime is taking over. Everybody feel like they got to switch, and you ain't no nigga. You ain't nothing unless you got a kick, unless you got a chain on. So weird, bro. It's so weird, man. It's has so much. America was awesome. We gonna get back there. We gonna fight for this bitch. I'm willing to fight for America. I'm tired of y'all. I'm sick of y'all messing up my what we got going on over here. If you want to leave, go leave. Go to Jamaica. back to your home country that you feel like your ancestry is in. If you want to go and be a passport, bro, please, nigga, don't ever come back. We cool. We cool. Like, I'm cool. I ain't tripping off of nobody that want to go and do what they want to do. I believe in the freedom to go and do what you want to do. But we fighting for this motherfucker. Shit, fuck that. They be looking at me like, Anton, why you keep complimenting the women? Nigga, that's because that's what we did. That's what we did. That's hey, baby girl, you look so cool. I see you over there. And then you went about your way. You had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you are a pretty girl. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. Now, niggas want to hold you accountable. You must be sleeping with her. Oh, nigga, I just like her and she smell good. And I like it when a pretty girl is around me. What's wrong with you? Are you gay? So you can't hang out with a woman that's not your chick unless you gay now. Okay. All right. All right, I got you. It's different, bro. We in a different time. We in different times, bro. We in different times. The men is more angry than the women. They be in my chat. I don't like you, Anton. Nigga, we didn't know what the name of a fucking tether was. What the fuck is a tether? What? Nigga, what are you talking about? But y'all got new terms, new gayness. Obviously, y'all, we got black men being cucks, sharing a chick with other men. I said, this is a different time. That's what prisoners did. You know what I'm saying? Prisoners shared a boyfriend in jail and in prison with other men in exchange for cigarettes. Black men didn't do that shit back in the day. It wasn't no sharing your chick, nigga. We was selfish. I come up in a time where you selfish. You dog, nigga, who you talking to? You talking to my chick? And you didn't necessarily even check him. You checked her. Get your set dumbass over here. You talking to it? What the fuck is you doing? You checked your chick. You didn't check the dude. Nowadays, it's different. Men is sharing their chick. They extra promiscuous. We didn't even know about homosexuality, bro. Homosexuality was supposed to be a San Francisco thing. Then it transitioned over into DC and Atlanta, right? And then we thought that it just stopped there. Now this shit is everywhere. It's in the churches, bro. You used to get a stone cold cursing out at church and it was okay. You could get a stone cold cursing out at church and it's okay. Now they want to cancel you. It's different, bro. We in a different time, different era. So, in my mind, I'm still living in the 90s. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I know we got to adapt to the new technology. I know I'm live streaming. I know we doing all of this other type of stuff. But in my mind, I still treat women like the 90s. That's why I ain't never had no chick that came out and was like, oh, Anton, he tried to get that. No, it ain't none of that shit. They just get it. They love us. They love us. That's why they love unks. You keep wondering why you can't compete, nigga, is because they love unks. They can't wait. They can't wait to find. Chicks can't wait to find them an unk. Because we don't sit there and complain. We generous when we decide to accept you into our fold. And we treat you exactly how you need to be treated. And we got money, nigga. We got money. And it's different over here. You got baby money. We got money. We a fun time. We don't trip about none of this shit. You listen, you gotta go home. Okay, baby girl. Call me when you're ready to come back. I'm gonna talk to you later. See you, sugar. We different. We a different breed. We got money. We got money, but we don't even give a fuck about sex that often. Listen, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just have sex every day. Nowadays, I'm gonna come holler at me two, three times, maybe 4 times a week. 4 times a week on a good week, because I'm busy. I'm out here going to get the bag. It ain't that I don't like you, it's just that I'm never gonna put you before my bag. She said, oh my God, he loved me so much. I ain't even tripping. That way you give her a little bit of time to miss you. You want to beat her until she you want to beat it up until she raw, till she's chafing down there. I ain't doing all of that. I ain't doing all of that. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion, nigga. I see you. I see you on Friday. Want to go skating? All right. That's it. I'm sure. Listen, I don't want to be like y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to go to the same spots you go to. I am straight from the 90s, nigga. I'm chilling. I'm from the 90s. Born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. That's where I stop. 2002, that's as far as I go. Mixtape era. Other than that, I'm chilling. I'm ready to get started with the show. I ain't negotiating with these niggas. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to hang out with y'all. Y'all not my dogs. I only like women. I come up from an era where niggas used to hang around women all the time. They used to keep a woman around us. Let them have each other. They like each other anyway. They only hang out with their homeboys nowadays because they attracted to them. Sometimes they want to hang out with them and hoop with them, and then afterwards they want to take a shower together. Let them niggas have each other. You got it. I don't want to hang out with you. Shout out to Big Mike. Big Mike says, how's it going, AD? I use your code this morning, fellas. Yeah. Shout out to Big Mike. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Jay Fleming says, just subscribe. Shout out to the bag chasers. Man, I ain't got no soundboard over here. Shout out to the bag chasers. I appreciate y'all. See, it's always, let me tell you something. Hold on. I don't know no nigga named Larry. It was one nigga, honestly, the only Larry in real life that I ever knew. We gave him a wedgie. Honestly, that's what we used to call him, Wedgie Larry. Wedgie Larry. We used to call him Wedgie Larry because he used to try to avoid us, and every time we go, hey man, come here, Wedgie. I don't know no Larrys, nigga. I ain't never met a cool Larry in my life. I ain't never met a cool Larry in my life, dog. Honestly. I ain't never met a cool Larry in my life. This nigga, look at him. He got a purple pink profile picture. I ain't never met a cool Larry in my life. I knew a crackhead Larry and Wedgie Larry. That's it. All of these other niggas, Larry June. Shout out to Larry June. But other than that, I don't fuck with no. I'm talking about in my life, in real life. I ain't talking about no, you know what I'm saying, popular people. Shout out to Wedgie Larry. I remember that nigga. I wonder whatever happened to him. Shout out to Jay Fleming. I appreciate you. Greyway says I did my first reaction video on you up to 1. Run that bag up, bro. Run that bag up. Even got haters in the comments, so I'm on my way. I even had someone say it's a new grifter on here, and he had a cat for his profile picture. Mimi, what up, Mimi? Mimi looking gorgeous. Says, hi, AD. I'm in a Patreon and feel unready to join meetups. Hate to seem like a leech, battling imposter syndrome. Should I wait until I'm financially stable and graduate to be useful to the group? Let me tell you something, Mimi, and this is the honest to God truth. Every single person at the meetup, don't nobody care about your socioeconomic status is. We not checking your bank account. When we come together at the meetup and it be so many beautiful women and so many dope dudes, we have a great time and we just connect. It be so fun. Everybody be so cool. You ain't got to do nothing except for be yourself. We not checking your bank statements. Ain't nobody checking your bank statements. It's free to get. It's free. So no, you are not an imposter. You are dope. We love you. And we can't wait to see you in real life. And so I can't wait to see you there. Thomas G, the assessor, says, Time Dog, there is a governor race right now in my state of Virginia between a black woman who's a Republican and a white woman who's a Democrat. And most blacks still want the Democrat here. Well, that tells you the programming. Malachi, thank you, Thomas. Malachi says, I'm born after 2000. I'm not with that crowd. Well, let's rock out then. Let's rock out. Oh, not to mention I'm an annual bag chaser. Shout out to the bag chasers. Chris Cunningham says when basement parties we used to do basement parties. Facts. Roller skating rinks used to shut down for Friday clubs for teens. Cynthia Miller says y'all need to watch the movie Hidden Figures, The Blacks in NASA. There was a lady named Catherine. It was a human computer. Just a Brown Girl in America says, hey, Anton, you're making me want to have a 90s bash. It was so fun. It was so fun. B. Baker says, I used to wear Jordache flatback jeans. That was the white women. Just Brown Girl in America says, you just gave me an idea for my next play. I'll have to give you creative credit. Terrell says, there's a video circulating of the boys and a man on a stripper pole twirling it. Jesus Christ. It's so bad, bro. Anton says, Tabby, thank you for taking us down memory lane. We got to experience greatness back then when America was great. I have experienced everything you spoke on. Born 1978. We the OGs. We seasoned. Facts. It was a great time, Tabby. It was a good time. What's up to my girl, Molly? I wish I could take Molly back into the late 80s, early 90s. She would thrive. Molly would thrive. Terrible People Podcast says, from silver big backs to all flavors of the woman in the Baskin Robbins 31 diaspora. The Book of Time teaches us men to be great like the era from which we came. 80s made me, 90s raised me. Talk to them. David Brown says, we like genuine and slum village selfish. Facts. Lex says, God bless you, AD. Check your email, please. Bet. I got you. Chad says, new viewer here. Y'all ever got dressed to go shopping at the mall? I still get dressed to get shopping at the mall right now, honestly. Kayla says, your business savvy screams NYC. That's because I'm a hustler. Shout out to my NYC hustlers. P. Shank says, I watched the Q Monday show. Glad you had the conversation with Jazz. She was disrespectful. And you handled it. She's a bitter black woman. Shout out to my girl, P. Shank. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. This is Freestyle Friday. So if it's anything in particular that you want me to talk about or you want me to cover, just let me know. I got a couple subjects on deck, and then I'm leaving it open for you guys to be able to have a conversation. All right? All right. Let's do this. Let's go over to Houston. Let's go over to Houston. All right. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Y'all want to go over to Houston? Let's go over to Houston first.
Overnight, a woman's body found in Buffalo Bayou near downtown Houston.
Yeah, this makes the sixth body found in Houston's bayous in the past 2 weeks. Our Jalissa Garza is live near the University of Houston downtown with more. And Jalissa, this discovery of another body comes after days of online rumors and official denials that a serial killer is targeting people near the water.
Yeah, Devon, that's right. Earlier this week,
They said, hey, let me go ahead and get anybody out of the newsroom real quick. We got a shortage of people that's on vacation, and we're going to go ahead and get who's up next? You. We're going to go ahead and get anybody out of the newsroom, and we're going to go ahead and put them on camera. Let me ask y'all a question before we get into this Houston situation, because you know me. This is a Millionaire Derailment Show, and we're going to get there today. But before we get there, we're going to have a conversation. Y'all not know that y'all about to be on camera? And don't give me that shit. Don't start telling me about, oh no, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We need everybody here and all of this stuff. Do y'all not be knowing, you know what? Hey, listen, your shape not flattering. You're built like a plum that got a belt around it that's squeezing the juice out of it. Do y'all not know that y'all going to be on camera and they're going to do a full body shot? You knew that you was working to be an anchor, that you gonna be in the field. You know what? I'm studying. I'm about to go to be on the job, get a job. I'm gonna be out there in the street. I got to do an interview by the Houston Bayou. Fast for the week. Fast for the week. Take your. Honestly, I don't think that some of these people take their job seriously. I don't think that some people take their job seriously. If you are going to be a developer, guess what? You got to study, you got to know your code, you got to continue to work outside of work to make sure that you have a knowledge base, that you have the most recent information when it comes to how it is. And I'm going to read the super chats, the Cash App Sue on this next segment. Y'all don't know that you got to go out and be in the field? You said, let me go and put on this form. And listen, let's say hypothetically you working on it. You know what I'm saying? You decided, or listen, I'm gonna get my life together or whatever. So you don't know what to put on to where you're not looking like a plum. All right, cool. Houston serial killer, got it.
Crews were there at the press conference as the mayor and the chief of police said there is no evidence linking the recent deaths near the bayous together, adamant that there is not a serial killer despite the social media claims that have continued to circulate even after officials came forward to really put a stop to those claims. But even earlier this week, we spoke with people who came up to me as we were reporting saying that they also were still skeptical. And now this morning, we have another discovery that's leading to more questions that we're already seeing online under our story this morning on Facebook. Now, here's what we know about what happened here last night. It was around 11:30. Police say they got a call about a person in the water near Commerce and Milam, just off the bayou, close to the University of Houston downtown. It was a group riding scooters that first spotted what looked like a body. Officers called in the dive team and they recovered the body of a woman. Her identity hasn't been released, and right now investigators say it's too early to know how she ended up there. There have been 5 bodies found in or near the water in just 1 week alone. So we pressed police this morning. Is there a connection? Here's what they told us.
No, at this time, there's no indication. There's nothing that would give us that indication.
Lies. There's all lies. So either it's two things. It's one of two things, all right? The first thing that it could be is that they don't want to, because listen, I've watched Dexter, I've watched Mindhunters, I get it. So they putting it out to their team and they saying, listen, if the media ask y'all if there's any connection, then say no. Why? Because they don't, A, want the people to panic, and B, it's a strong possibility that they don't want the killer to change their behavior because they onto them, but they don't want to give him any credit because according to the people over in Mindhunters, who is the FBI profilers, often at times killers and serial killers revisit the scene of a crime, right? I'm using my SVU, Crime Hunters, Criminal Minds, all of this stuff, you know? But it's not about, listen, black is back. It's not about trusting cops. It's about the fact that they don't want to give the killer satisfaction, and they don't also want the killer to change up their behavior. And so it's easier for them to be able to catch him instead of the killer actually going over into a different place. If you telling me that there's no connection in every single person that they keep finding all this year, because we just started getting all of the visibility and the coverage because we've been connecting the dots, right? So you're telling me that they all just so happen to be women, because that's what my research is telling me. But we diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so they're not saying they found 5 women, 6 women. What they're saying is they found 5 bodies. 5 bodies. So we now got a woke report where they're basically saying, hey, listen, it's been 5 bodies found. No, nigga, it's been 5 women that has been found, and they've been floating in the bayou, and people on scooters just so happen to drive by to see the body floating, and they called the police, and so they called the dive team to come and dig them out. Bruh, You're not gonna tell me that bodies floating up in the bayou just so it ain't no wave, ain't no current, ain't nothing dragging them down. They're not drowning. They being thrown in there and dumped in there. And it's a serial killer out there on the loose doing some of the nastiest things ever. We pressed police and the police said, no, that's no connection. So it's just random bodies floating up in the bayou and there's zero connection. Zero. How do we know this? How do we know this? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, man, it's a connection. Niggas just taking up women and throwing them, dumping them in the bayou. What you mean? Y'all better be safe out here. Make sure you walk around in pairs. Nope. And I'm going to tell you why. Because cities are just as capitalistic as anywhere else. They don't want to ruin the possible tourism industry. They don't want people staying at home. They want y'all to continue to go outside and shop. And so they are willing to sacrifice 2, 3, maybe 4 more women before they catch them in order to make sure that they keep commerce and everything going the way that it was, because they don't want anything to jump off. They don't want to lose any sponsorships. They don't want to lose any upcoming visitor things. They want people to feel safe, go and stay inside of the hotel rooms. Make sure you walk down the river walking through the bayou. It's safe. It's safe. You bait. Y'all didn't know that, huh, ladies? You bait. Y'all are bait. Y'all are being used to catch the serial killers. You are being used to catch a serial killer. You are to catch a serial killer. You are bait. Women don't even know that a lot of times they be knowing what's going on. They can't catch the person yet, or sometimes they have a suspect, somebody suspected of interest, but they can't press charges because they don't have enough, or they can't arrest them because they don't have enough evidence. So they just try to track them down, track them around and follow them. And they wait until he grab you up. And then they're going to try to save you before he decides to dump you inside of the bayou. Y'all bait. You don't even realize it. You're bait. You're bait.
Now, earlier this week at a press conference, as I mentioned, officials said the bodies found in the last week are just an unfortunate circumstance, noting Houston has 2,500 miles of bayous and waterways, and both Mayor Whitmire and HPD Chief Diaz reiterated that there is no evidence to suggest that any of these deaths are connected. The medical examiner does still have to determine the cause of death. Now, of the 6 deaths in the past 2 weeks so far, only one person has been publicly identified, University of Houston student who was reported missing. Officials say a second person has been identified, but they won't release that name until they are sure that the family has been notified. Now, of course, we'll continue to follow this story throughout the morning and bring any updates as we work to learn more information. But Devon and Alona, I'm already seeing hundreds of shares of our post on Facebook. So many comments of people once again trying.
Hey, who was this California raisin? Black men, listen. I'm all about getting the bag and I'm all about doing what you got to do. Y'all can't let them shave your mustache. Under no circumstance do you let them shave your mustache. I know we got a serial killer on the loose in Houston. But whoever is the person that said, hey, man, you got to shave your mustache, I think you should take a stand. Don't let them take your stash, man. Don't let them take. Not my stash. No, dog, listen, I'm cool. Listen, because I had to take a respirator test when I was working at the steel mill, and they said, we got to shave your beard off. You got to shave your beard off so you can take a respirator test. All right, cool, whatever. I got to go get this money. Can I grow it back? Yep, you can grow it back right after you take the respirator test. All right, I got you. Don't let them take your stash. I didn't have to shave my stash, though. I didn't have to shave my stash. Don't let them let you take your stash, bro. Stand up for the stash. God. Your dog don't know who you are when you get home. Your girl start not to like you because she don't like the way you looked without a beard.
To piece all of this together, it's hard to shake the rumors off, but once again, police and officials, even this morning, say there is no connection. Of course, we'll keep the conversation going. Coming up on KHOU 11+. Reporting live in downtown Houston, Jalissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
A lot of fear and concern making the rounds in the community.
Your voice don't even match your stash, nigga. Honestly, did you hear him? I thought he was going to, your voice, I thought he was going to have a high voice, and then you got the low voice.
Downtown Houston, Jalissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
A lot of fear and concern making the rounds in the community with the.
You don't even seem like a normal person, bro. But there is a serial killer running around in Houston. Oh, shoot. There is a serial killer in Houston. Honestly, like I said, I told y'all that I think that serial killers is everywhere, to be honest with you, bro. I assume that everybody is a serial killer unless they prove me otherwise. I don't want nobody coming around me talking about this, talking about that. Don't sit there and Bill Duke. I had an opportunity to interview Bill Duke. We couldn't make our because somebody said, Anton, you know what? I'm missing out on a lot of opportunities. This was a while ago, though. They said, Anton, we want you, Bill Duke said that he wants you to interview him. I said, all right, let's make it work. And for whatever reason, our schedules didn't align. And it was like, yeah, he's really, really old. He's really old. And he wants to be able to, he want to interview with you or whatever. And he's a good friend of mine. And he reached out and all of that stuff. I said, yeah, man, let's kick it with Bill Duke, man. But we never was able to make it work. Let me call. Let me see something. Oh, getting a phone call. Sorry, getting a phone call. Yo, what up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing, my friend?
The best part of this is I get to call you every day now.
What's going on? So what's the word?
Okay, I got some good news. I got them to agree to move out. They can be out. They need 30 days. So they can be out November 1st, not October 1st.
Nice.
I convinced them to leave. I think I've convinced them to leave the furniture.
Nice.
Which I think you wanted.
Yep.
The only thing is it's a little more expensive a unit because I got to factor in what we got to do to get the furniture. So it's $11,000 a month versus what you're paying now.
Okay. So $11K a month?
Yeah, on the 24-month that we talked about.
Yep. That sounds good.
Okay, great. And then the only thing that would help me here is the furniture. If you're going to keep what they have, would you be comfortable leaving the building what you have in yours so that I could list yours as an furnished unit when I put it up for lease? Right?
Yeah, that's cool. It just makes it easier for me to not have to move it.
Exactly. I do know you mentioned you want to swap the beds though at least. I know that.
Yeah, I can't take nobody else's bed.
I figured that would be the case. So do you want to swap the mattress or the whole thing?
I want everything swapped.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect. So I'll have Brianna write it up and send it over to you with the November 1st start date, and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, amazing. Thank you. And if you have any issues or anything, call me, and then when we get closer, we'll figure out exactly how to swap the beds.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on a live stream. You busy?
What's going on?
Hey, remember when don't say no names. Remember when was that Bill Duke that the girl wanted me to interview?
Yeah. Yep.
How long ago was that?
We went there. That was over a year ago, I think. Now it's been about a year.
See if we can get that. That might be a play now. If we can't get that, then that's cool. But see if we can get that.
Okay.
All right. How you feel? Because I know Leslie was sick yesterday, and I'm gonna be out there today. I'll call you in a minute.
Up with her, and I'm watching the baby. So.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, so yeah, maybe I can do the Bill Duke thing. Maybe I can do the Bill Duke thing. What up, Super Saiyan? What up, everybody in the building? What's going on? What's the word? What's the word, Thunderbird? Yeah. That's how that's how women are when they get baby envy or whatever, so on and so forth. What happens is they don't want to have another baby of their own, but they like watching everybody else's babies. So when their friends have babies and stuff like that, then they just drop them off and all of that type of stuff. How y'all feeling today before we go into the next subject? The boss with his red bandana says Anton is a stupid nigga paying those crackers $11K a month, $11,000 a month for furniture. Are you stupid? Do I look like I'm paying for furniture? You think that I'm paying $11,000 a month for furniture? See, listen, kids. All right, perfect example. This is a teachable moment. All right, teachable moment, ladies and gentlemen. Listening is fundamental. Listening is fundamental. All right, guys. So we're not going to explain it to them. We're just going to let them live in the prison of their minds, and we're going to let them be in their racist thoughts. We're going to let them be in their racist thoughts, and we're going to let them live in the prison of their minds, okay? All right. Don't explain it to them. Don't explain it to them. Just tease them and let them do. Let them do what they do. All right. Shout out to the boss. I didn't even know that people Molly said, leave Anton alone. I didn't even know that people still spelled the with the DA. That's a 90s thing right there, honestly. All right. God bless you. God bless you. Anyways, let's continue on with the show. So what? Oh yeah, let me acknowledge the Cash Appers. Then I'm gonna read the super chats and then we'll move over with the show. My daughter was sick last night. I said, no, baby. No, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to Tupac for my opinion. I'm gonna look at the nigga that still dressed like Tupac. Shout out to Mike, that dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Hit me off with two of them. It says 80s Friday. Bus rented for kids in the hood to skate. Facts. Shout out to Mike, that dude. Shout out to Keywan. Says idea. Car raffle for subs. Tax write-off. I got you. Nah, we just blessed. We blessed. We super blessed. We're super blessed. Shout out to my girl Molly. Was so happy to have her last night. We back on after hours tonight. Molly, did you hear what they trying to propose that we do? They trying to propose that we do a pajama party tonight. So I don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't know how it's gonna work out. Y'all stop getting caught up on the 11K. Don't look at it from that perspective. Don't look at it from that perspective. Listen, what's up, Mika? This is how I want y'all to look, because I'm going to tell you like this. This is the way I see money. I'm inspired by other people, right? And let's talk about it. I don't mind talking about money. It's the Millionaire Morning Show. Before we go into the next subject, because I want to get into a lot of different things. I'm going to go into Trump next. I'm inspired by a lot of people, right? And I remember I was talking to a mentor of mine. He's recently passed away last year. I was talking to a mentor of mine, and he was paying like $40,000 for a place, a corporate place that he had too, right? And this was before I was really making a whole lot of money, and he was paying like $40K for that or whatever. And then recently I was talking to a person that lived in Miami, and he lived in a luxury apartment in Miami, a penthouse apartment, and he was paying like $65,000 a month, right? He was paying like $65,000 a month. And so at the time that I was talking about a mentor that recently passed away, I just couldn't fathom it. It just was so crazy to me. And he was like, Anton, this is a corporate apartment or whatever, so on and so forth. We use it for this, we use it for that. We also use it for events and all of this type of stuff. And then he used to tell me, he said, we got to spend the money. We got to spend the money. And I said, why do you have to spend the money? Why not just stack it? I get it now, but he was like, why would you spend the money? He said, because if I don't spend it to make more money, which it generates me more revenue, then the federal government is going to get it. So why wouldn't I leverage it to make more money instead? And I had to sit with that junk for a minute. He said, plus I look at it like this. He said, Anton, we don't look at it from a financial perspective. It's a mentality. And this is the thing that I try to impart onto other people. Shout out to my white folks that love my show. I see you in there. He said it's a mentality. He said money begets money. He said resources beget resources. Success begat success. He said a lot of times people are so afraid to step out, and instead they always asking, man, I would never do that. I would only do this, instead of saying, how can I afford it? And then that then gets their brain. And even if you're not interested in doing the same thing that I did, you need to have the option to be able to do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's a mentality. I never thought I'd get to the place in my life to where, that wouldn't be a thing to me. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a thing to me. A lot of people limit themselves from how much they can really be making because they're so focused on what it is that they wouldn't do. I never do that. I stole this from Fab. I got to give it to Fabulous. He said, I'm committed to this lifestyle. I'm committed to this lifestyle. I met a guy this morning, honest to God. You know me, I got to put that out there just so you can know it's real valid. This guy that just called me, I'll give you this play. Matter of fact, you're not going to believe it anyway. I'm going to call him back. I'm going to show you how money works. Watch this.
This is Jacob.
Hey, Jacob. I'm sorry. I forgot the guy's name that you introduced me to this morning.
Danny Sampson.
Shout out to Danny. Okay, what was Danny's position again?
Chief Development Officer.
So what is his role in the company? Like what is it? What is his general, like what is he?
He really gets involved in whatever's different projects really. So like right now, the reason why he was with us today and what he's doing there is he's building the leasing team at the building.
Gotcha.
We're building out a whole team for this project and anything we do in the future, and he's creating that as we speak.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because I'm like, man.
Yeah, please, anytime.
Yeah, he was a really cool guy. And then of course you guys was telling me about the Tampa development that y'all was inspired by, and so that was pretty inspirational what you guys were showing.
That was if you, next time you'll look at it, and when this is finished, you'll see some of the inspiration we got.
Yeah, you guys got to give me the tour whenever it's available at a hotel that you guys are building.
Yeah, we'll I can set that up. Would you want to go see when it's like
whenever?
Construction?
Whenever, yes. I want to see whatever it is that you guys got going on. So
sure, I'll set it up.
And all right, cool. I appreciate you.
Of course, yeah. Call me anytime, and I'll set something up. We'll go walk the construction site together.
And then if you need any insight, because I know you had a lot of questions for me the other time that we was talking, let me know.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so fascinated by what you do and how you built it, and I really appreciate you teaching me that stuff. It's really amazing.
All right, I appreciate you.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye. So they were sitting there breaking it down for me. And so I had a meeting earlier this morning before. That's why I pushed the live stream back to 12:15 today. And I had a meeting earlier today because we were kind of in the office and we were talking about business, right? And so they were giving me some insight on the work that they were doing for the Toronto Raptors and what they was inspired by and how they had to fly down to Tampa for this. And I'm not going to give y'all all of the information. But what I'm telling you is that when you get into certain spaces and you learn how to add value into other people's lives, they try to figure out, because they see how valuable you are, they try to figure out how it is that they can plug you into what they have so that they can multiply it even more to whatever it is that's going on. So some of the people that they introduce me to on a regular basis are people that are literally putting the finishing, you know what I'm saying, touches on literally $100 million projects. Y'all look at me sometimes and y'all be like, oh man, you know, this and that, so on and so forth. I'm looking at other people and getting as much information as I possibly can so that I can give it to you guys. But you don't, you know, people not asking the right questions. People are so busy trying to tear somebody down or trying to be hateful that they don't even realize that the blessing could be right there in front of your face, and you so busy insulting somebody that you're losing out on an opportunity to get, even if it's not necessarily to make money, but it's an opportunity to learn something. See, look at the dumb shit. No profile picture, just talking. No profile picture, just talking. Chasers, to my over 19,000 bag chasers on the Patreon. This is why, and I'm about to go over to the next conversation. This is why I choose not to give out free information anymore. This is why I choose. I got 19,175 bag chasers, 914 new members over the last 30 days. This is exactly why I don't give out free information, because we don't deal with this shit when we actually go into the chasers or when we live streaming on the Patreon. For a lot of people, y'all don't even realize, for a lot of people that want to learn and stuff like that, they mess it up for y'all, because then I get to show, see, I can't show certain receipts. I can't show certain things on the free things, but I give y'all all of the information. I show you all of the receipts. I show you all of the deposits. I show you all of the purchases. I show you all of the deals, the contracts, and we break all of that stuff down on the Patreon, because I have to limit the amount of information that I can give out here to the general public, because there's so many evil, ugly people that would not appreciate it, but instead they just saying wild shit. That is why I have the bag chasers. That is why I have the Patreon, because if it was up to me, you know me, I ain't no gatekeeper. If it was up to me, I would give out so much information to you guys on exactly. I can't show my W-2s. I can only show it in the Patreon. I can't. It's crazy, right? I can't do that. I literally can't do it. I got to do it in the Patreon. They don't even realize that the amount of money that they think is money, whatever it is that if your house was worth $600,000-$700,000, I was making that in corporate America, and I showed my receipts inside of the Patreon. Nobody left me a dime ever in my life, and I would love for my mother. I would love for my mother to have gotten that. I always be wondering to myself, to these dumb motherfuckers, like, why would it go to me and it wouldn't go to my mother or my brothers?
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. So again, let's just go ahead on with the show because dusty people is just going to be dusty people. They never have a profile picture. They never pull up whenever you drop a link inside of the chat. They never show up in real life. They just jerk off in their socks. They literally subscribe because they can't even type in the chat unless they subscribe. They literally subscribe so that they could be doing anything else in their life. And what they decide to do is to come in here and to have a conversation about shit that they dusty about. Ain't that crazy? And I don't even block them. Like, I don't even censor them or nothing. I want them to continue to do whatever it is that they do. I tell my mods, don't block them, all of that. It's unfortunate. It is very much unfortunate. And you're right. But to be honest with you, I ain't got no money anyway. Let me see how much money I got. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I ain't got no more than that. So if you want something from me, that's all I got anyway. That's all I got. Anyways, y'all ready to continue on with the show? Let me read some of these super chats, and then we gonna go. I ain't got nothing, so don't even worry about it. Shell Shock says T-Top, Monte Carlo, and Skylarks. That's facts. Samuel Hartfield says showing love to my Detroit brother, man, you funny. Blueprint Tony says, what's good, gang? What's happening, big dog? Best feeling is success. Don't worry, that girl that got beat up in Africa. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Shout out to Bryant Smith says, hate to see Dusty Demons hating. It is what it is. Justice Brown Girl in America says, you and my ex will get along so well because both of you are hilarious, not to mention y'all favorite. Yeah, but I don't want to be your ex. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to be the now forever. Trying to be the forever. You know what I'm saying? Chad says the reporter got to make her money, let her live. That's a fact. All right, I give grace. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying, Miss Sanchez? I'm sorry. Miss Sanchez, you got a stalker. You got somebody that be all over you, Miss Sanchez. Miss Sanchez, you got somebody that be all over you. You know what I'm saying? And Armando Thomas says, yo, what's good, AD? 28 years old and subscribed to the Patreon last month. Shit made a difference in my perception of life. Made a YouTube page for my plumbing work. 13 subscribers. Run it up. Let me give you well, I ain't gonna say that out loud. I got a content creation page, a Patreon that's coming up. Mr. Brian Francis says, morning, AD. Son was driving to school this morning and told me he invested some money in stocks on Cash App. Is there something in Fidelity I can start for him? And this could be a topic to touch on a stock club. Yeah, you can start a brokerage account. It's okay. Listen, if your son is driving to school and he's investing in stocks on Cash App, don't trip. The fact that he's interested and the fact that he's actually doing something and investing is enough. But if you gonna like inspire them, and then you got to do it yourself, and then you just got to be like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm invested too, but I use Fidelity. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta kind of talk about it, but you got to make it seem like it's their idea, if that make any sense. Steve O Speak says, what's your opinion on 800 generals coming to the Pentagon to meet up for a secret meeting? I heard that was in Virginia, right? I don't know. I heard Pete Hegseth was meeting, and so the more I find out, the more I can speak on. Razik says you got to get on Trading Wave up 2,300 off NASDAQ buys today. I'm not saying just, nah, I'm good. Listen, Razik, if that's for you, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? God bless you. I'm not in day trading. I'm just not into it, bro. It's not my thing. Faith, what up, Faith? I love that natural face. Says Anton, we know these people broke. People like wealth and money and mindset don't say ignorant things like that. Honestly, I think I just spent like $50,000 on buying stocks. Let me see something. I think I bought 50,000, might have been 40,000. I don't know if I can share that type of information on here though. Let's see. Anton, activity, orders. Oh no, it was only 30. It was only 30,000. No, it was 40,000. 42, 42, 41, 40, 41.9. Yep. Yep. 41.9. Yep, 25th, 25th, 25th. So shout out to all of the bag chasers. We're going to continue to run it up. We're going to get that money. We're going to run it up. Dollar cost average, y'all. Make sure y'all dollar cost averaging every single month. Every single month. Dollar cost average and continue to run it up. All right. Just a brown girl in America says, like that heifer trying to make money off of slandering your marriage. We good over here. We good. Wyatt says when they start yelling, what's holding me back? It's racism. Manny Play says, I'll take that dollar graciously. Haters marry hater bees and have hater kids. Anton be dropping gems. I'm just glad to be here. Shout out to Kiwi. You changed your profile picture. Send me a DM. We're going to talk about it. Send me a DM. We talk about it. Yes, Stock Club is a part of the Bag Chasers. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your Look at me. I almost jumped off for a second. That's my bad. I was up here trying to make sure that I took off all of these super chats. Kiwi, you hit me up. Stalker is crazy. Now you got some fans out here. You got some fans out here, Miss Sanchez. All right, y'all. Let's continue to get into the show. Let's do this. We did the suit Stalker. If it's something in particular y'all want me to speak to, again, let me know. Let's go with, I want to get into Trump. I got to get into Trump talking about Jasmine Crockett and all of this stuff. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen again because I almost messed it up. Oh, Jasmine Crockett responded too? Okay, so we'll get into that also. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let's get to it.
Jasmine Crockett, let me tell you, before you even ask, she's a very low IQ person. I mean, if we ever had to pass an aptitude test, that's the one should take one because she shouldn't even be in the crowd. So I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person who I can't even believe is a congressperson between her and Ilhan Omar and the group. You know, I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back. And he didn't want it. He said,
why you know what the funniest part about this whole conversation is that all of the homies in the background be laughing every time he mentions them. Look.
Okay.
Jasmine,
Yes, please.
Jasmine Crockett recently.
Jasmine Crockett.
Why do everybody just automatically bust out laughing when they mention Jasmine Crockett's name or they mention Ilhan Omar? As soon as the reporter says, you know, Jasmine Crockett said Trump wasn't even the person to laugh. Everybody else laughed. They just all started laughing at Jasmine Crockett. I don't know why they did that. Why don't y'all think that they respect her? Listen.
Jasmine Crockett recently.
Jasmine Crockett.
I would feel very much like a sucker if they start laughing. Because see, you want to kind of be respected. You know what I'm saying? You want people to hate you, or you want people to fear you. All of that stuff. You said, hey, AD, I was enjoying that last hour of after hours and you took it out. Listen, that's for the people that stick around for the whole live stream. Then y'all can get the whole shebang. You can't get the whole shebang if y'all don't stick around for the whole live stream. You don't be knowing what's going on.
Remember what I said? Is she a relation to the late, great Davy Crockett? I don't think so. Jasmine Crockett, let me tell you, before you even ask, she's a very low IQ person. I mean, if we ever had to pass an aptitude test, that's the one should take one because she shouldn't even be in the crowd. So I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person who I can't even believe is a congressperson. Between her and Ilman Omar and the group. You know, I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back, and he didn't want her. He said, I don't want her. Okay, what else? Go ahead. Let's hear what Crockett said. Go ahead.
She compared ICE raids to slave patrol. I want to ask you.
To slave?
To slave patrol. I want to ask you if you think that there should be consequences for members of Congress who make these types of comparisons or use this type of language.
Well, I think she's gone over the line, and I think a lot of the people. Look, the Democrats have become radical left lunatics. They have policies that nobody's going to buy. And, I see what's going on in New York. We're going to have perhaps a communist mayor because it's split up. You know, if the people would get together and have one candidate, they'd have, a pretty good chance. But it looks like maybe they're not going to do that. But we're going to end up with a communist mayor. It's not even believable, my beautiful New York. When I left New York to become president, it was a great place. But it was the beginning of bad things because we had de Blasio had just started as mayor. And I said, this guy's a real nut job. Went to Harvard to teach management. Can you believe it? He went to Harvard to teach city management along with the mayor of Chicago, who went to Harvard to teach. The two of them are teaching how to manage a city manage it into hell is what they.
I was, aside from Jasmine Crockett and Ilhan Omar, Zoran Mamdani he's almost like the final boss when you think about Karen Bass and what's the Chicago man? Brandon Johnson. It's like the final boss, the final communist, the final socialist of all of the people, right? Because whereas you thought that they were bad, if Mamdani get over in New York, he is going to destroy the entire city. He is going to destroy the entire city. And not only is he going to destroy it, he's the ultimate DEI candidate. The ultimate DEI candidate, bro. He is, I think he's Muslim. Jesus Christ. I just can't believe that the people of New York will let that type of thing happen. Honestly, bro. And it's sad because the New York that we knew, the New York that we grew up on, even if you never wanted to move there, you understood the culture in New York, it's all going to be gone. I was looking at Portland. I was looking at people that were talking about Portland. You know, they used to have this thing where keep Portland weird. I think Nike is over there and all of this other type of stuff. Portland is absolutely crumbling. Crumbling. I went to Portland. I went and visited Portland recently. Portland is absolutely destroyed, bro. It looks like it got stuck in a hipster phase of development and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it just stopped. Taxes is crazy. People running from the city. It's horrible. It's horrible. Even their arena. Bro, I said, get me back to Detroit. That's the honest to God. Honest to God. Me and Rita was over in Portland. I said, man, I want to go back to Detroit. I never thought that I'd be saying that in my life. I said, I want to go back to Detroit. The arena is old. I went to a game and I had an opportunity to talk to Chauncey Billups, right? Because he was the coach of the Portland Trailblazers. I said, man, because Chauncey is back and forth a lot of times because obviously he's a part of the championship 04 Pistons team, and he's very connected to Ben Wallace and all of that other type of stuff, right? And so he gets honor every time that Portland comes to Detroit. And I said, bro, well, I'm not going to say what he said, but I said what I said to him because I ain't trying to get him in no negative spaces. But I was just like, bro, I said, the arena. I said, bro, they ain't even got no VIP like that. It ain't the same. They ain't got no this and that, so on and so forth. I said, this place is old. It's old. And then I looked up and they had male cheerleaders and they was dancing and pop locking and junk like that. It was popping their ass. I said, man, I'm ready to go back to the city, bro. I'm straight up ready to go back to the city. I couldn't believe it, bro. I'm ready to go back to the city. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it, bro. Amazing. They're going to destroy New York. If that boy become mayor, they're going to New York as you know it will never be the same.
But that was the beginning, and now we're going to go a step further. Now we're going with the communists. Can I be honest? I think it's the greatest thing to ever happen to the Republican Party. I really do.
Thanks.
I think if a communist takes over New York City, I think that's a gift to the Republican Party. It's sad for New York, but it's a gift. And New York will recover because, you know, sometimes you need a shock like that to straighten you out. But it's politically, it's probably a very good thing.
Mr. President, can I ask you about immigration, crime, and the World Cup? Actually, so
That's a lot of.
You have a number of cities that are pushing back against your immigration deportation move, as well as your crime initiatives. Some of those cities.
I don't think they're very much.
But some of those cities have World Cup games.
Yeah.
Seattle, San Francisco.
They're going to be very. They're going to be very secure.
But could those games move if they don't cooperate with your crime push?
Well, that's an interesting, I guess, but we're going to make sure they're safe. They're run by radical left lunatics and that don't know what they're doing. Look at Washington, D.C. I just got numbers. There's like no crime in Washington, D.C. You, Jeff, will not be mugged walking down the street. You can walk down the street with your family. You can walk down your street with your wife, your daughter, your son, and you're not going to be. We took out 1,700 career criminals that we're not allowing back. And we have this city in great shape. You know, there was a time when not long ago, when every single week you'd have at least one murder. And look what's happening with Washington. It's safe. I went to dinner in Washington just to prove a point. I gave a press conference in the middle of a street. I wouldn't say Secret Service was thrilled, but I did it. And here I am. Look, Washington, D.C. is such a great example of what can be done. We did it in 12 days. We made it.
Mika, have you been into the inner city of D.C. to confirm this? Have you been to the inner city of D.C. to see how much different it is and how much safer it is? You have been? What is it like?
Very safe in 12 days, and now it's much safer than that. One other thing, I drove around Washington over the weekend, and I said, look at the difference. The grass looked great. Everything looked great. You know, we had a lot of our National Guard, and we didn't ask them to do it. They did it themselves. They're proud. They're great. And they were picking up paper. They were cleaning. The place looked really beautiful. So we have a great Washington, D.C. We, as you probably know, we're going into Memphis, and we're going into some other cities, and very soon we're going to go into Chicago. It will be safe for the World Cup. If I think it isn't safe, we'll move it into a different city. Absolutely, we'll take the world. If I think it's not, it's actually a very fair question. If I think it's not safe, we're going to move it out of that city. If, like the governor of Illinois, who is, you know, look, between last week and the week before, 11 murders and 38 people were shot. Then he gets up and he says, this is a very safe. And then he says crime is better. The reason crime is better is because Cash put about 5 months ago a whole team of FBI people there to get ready for when we go in. And they've lowered it a little bit, you know, like 20-25%, which isn't good enough, but it's a good start. But that was only put there because they're preparing for us to go in. And they've done, by the way, they've done a good job. So then Pritzker gets up, we've lowered crime 25. It's because the FBI was there. So no, if any city we think is going to be even a little bit dangerous for the World Cup or for the Olympics, you know, where they have Olympic overthrow, right? But for the World Cup in particular, because they're playing in so many cities, we won't allow it to go to, we'll move it around a little bit.
So that adds a little bit more context. Jasmine Crockett actually responded. I haven't seen this. I just see it on the side of the video of this one. Of course, she went on to MSNBC.
Today, one of
she's responding to Trump indicting Comey. All right, never mind. I thought she was actually responding to something meaningful. Let me see. Well, I guess we could play this and see what's happening.
Donald Trump's most prominent critics from very early in his first term, James Comey, former director of the FBI, a guy who refused to turn the bureau practicing in Texas. As a defense attorney, this seems like a pretty good case to get.
I don't know what's up. Ladies, let me ask y'all a question. What's up with the fucking eyelashes? Sabrina, you a mess. Somebody going. Somebody is going. Somebody going. Somebody going. I just want to hear a little bit of what she got to say before we move on.
Absolutely. This is an opportunity for someone to make a name for themselves because inevitably, if they are halfway competent, they should be able to win. They should push this thing to the limit. When you were just having your conversation about whether or not the defendant should then start pushing for, say,
the eyelashes are so big that nah, dog. It's look crazy. Ladies, these super large eyelashes are making y'all look crazy out here in these streets, bro. Honest to God, for real. And listen, the super large eyelashes got y'all looking crazy out here, bro. I just paused it, literally. I literally just paused it. And I can't see it, dog. They like, yeah, bro, they're like umbrellas. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think she cocked. I don't think her eyes is crossed. Stop. I don't think her eyes is crossed. I don't think her eyes is crossed. I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about the eyelashes, bro. Seriously, the eyelashes is crazy. Because even, let's just say hypothetically that her eyes is crossed. She can't help that. So listen. One thing that we don't do is we don't go in on things that people can't control. We're not tripping off the non-controllables. We only talk about the controllables. And so when you start to talk about the controllables, it's the other stuff that really hit it for me. I don't care about the non-controllables. You can't control whether you've been born a man or a woman. You can't control whether you're light or dark. You can't control this and that, so on and so forth. But you can control some of these other things. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. It's like, yo, all right, let's try to skip past the eyelashes and let's try to get into some substance. All right.
speedy trial, which is something that is actually codified on the federal level, and it is actually very quick. Last time I checked, it's 60 days. So yeah, I would absolutely push forward and say, let's go. And I think they're going to have a harder time trying to figure out who's going to actually prosecute the case than he will have trying to find somebody to defend the case.
We've seen just this week. I mean, we had the FCC threatens Jimmy Kimmel and threatens both the local affiliates and Disney to take him off air.
Oh, wow.
Ultimately, he comes back. The president threatening George Soros today. Reid Hoffman,
listen,
another.
I can't do it no more. So shout out to her, Jasmine Crockett. She got the president's attention. I'm not necessarily sure in a positive way, but she certainly got the president's attention. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel with turn on notifications. What up, Bridget? Bridget D says, thanks for making a productive person more productive. Your podcast definitely makes a difference to those who matter. Continue blessings to you, your staff, and your family. What up, Bridget? Bridget in the building. I appreciate you, Bridget, for holding me down. Yeah. Bridget, I love you. I appreciate you. Larry Jackson says, I'm a Larry and would like to get free game. Nah, you just got to join the Patreon. Link is in the description. Patreon link is in the description to your car. Should be pinned to the top of the chat. Is the Patreon pinned to the top of the chat? Huh? Is the Patreon pinned to the top of the chat? If it's not pinned to the top of the chat, it's in the description of the video. All right. Chris Cunningham says in New York that I was born and raised would never vote for a Muslim and nothing. It's not? All right. Let me fix that. Gotta fix that. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, there you go. Bam. Is it pinned now? Yeah, it's pinned now. We got it. We in there. We in there like swimwear, baby. All right, cool. Again, make sure you like for the algorithm. Without question says, I'm from a suburb of Houston and I recently visited Memphis and Mississippi. I was surprised the area still looked like 1985 and they roads are horrible. Without question says Jasmine Crockett trying to hide her lazy eye. Oh, y'all think that's why she wear them? Nichelle says at jury duty locked in. Smarty McFly says she got that biggie eye. I also in the waiting room. Shout out to all of my people over there in jury duty. Leisha Williams says, good afternoon, AD. Glad to finally catch you live. One of my patients love to watch you, but my super liberal supervisor wrote me up for it. Hell no, we ain't having that. All right, we got to get to the bag. We got to lock in, Leisha. We got to lock in. That's what my daughter told me today. She said, Dad, make sure you locked in. Dad, make sure you locked in. You got to be on top of it at all times. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Eric D in the building. What up to Eric D? I appreciate you for holding me down. You know, you a long time my dog chaser in the building. I appreciate you. I don't like that. Don't write up my people. Don't start messing with my money. I heard Young Thug dropped a new video. Nah, I'm straight. I'm straight on Thug. All right, what else we got? What we talking about? New York. Y'all said New York got gang members reaches an all-time high. Y'all said the gangs in New York reached an all-time high. Well, let's get over there. I know somebody had mentioned it in the chat. So let's talk about it. Let me say this right away. All of my longtime watchers and supporters, you already know what I'm about to say. I'm not going to lie. I think that New York Fox 5 has some of the best, nicest looking women in the streets, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Houston, y'all be out here looking dusty. Dusty. Houston be out here looking dusty. Man, Houston be out here looking dusty. The women, the anchors do. The anchors in Houston don't be looking. They don't be doing what they supposed to do. The ones over in New York, they be having it together. I don't know why they have it together in New York.
New York City is no stranger to gun violence and gangs in certain neighborhoods, but now police are finding them all over the city, and gang members are getting younger and younger. Meanwhile, Lisa Evers takes a closer look in a preview of this week's episode of Street Soldiers.
Once upon a time, gangs in New York were mostly found in low-income, high-crime areas, city jails like Rikers Island and state prisons. But now gang membership in New York City is at an all-time high. That's according to multiple law enforcement officials. And the age of the gang members is barely in the double digits. This chart from Vanguard Crime Strategies, LLC, shows the overall structure of gang life in New York City. It looks organized, but it's complex and even chaotic, with shifting alliances.
Let me see this. What y'all got? Folk Nation, the Trinitarios, and then y'all got the subs. Y'all got the Bloods, the Crips, the Trinitarios, the Folk Nation. You want to know something that's interesting about this whole thing? I hate to say it. Do white people only have gangs in prison? Yes, I do think that they are California knockoffs. Do white people only have gangs in prison? I'm asking because I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know. Oh, biker gangs. All right, yeah, that's true. Shout out to the biker gangs. Shout out to the biker gangs. That is true. I forgot about the biker gangs. Yep, forgot about the biker gangs. All right, biker gangs, you're right.
LLC shows the overall structure of gang life in New York City. It looks organized, but it's complex and even chaotic, with shifting alliances and even coalitions between former rivals called ops. In New York City, there are four main nationally ops.
They all gotta look, bro.
Coalitions between former rivals called ops.
I'm gonna tell you something. You want me to tell you what I see? What do y'all see when y'all see this video? What do y'all see when y'all see this video? Y'all not gonna see what I see, but I'm pretty sure that y'all gonna see something different. Ignorance, demons, chain gang, no daddies, YN species, Dominican, white guys mainly in mobs, YNs, lames, lost and angry. I used to be going on the game. Looks like shackled slaves, followed his boys. Poorly raised young black man, looks like the TSU video. Nope. No, ignorant behavior. Oops, babies, bad parenting, no home training, fatherless behavior, someone else's boyfriend, same outfits on, pillow biters, lost boys. Nope, nobody caught it. Nobody caught it. This is what I see. Dreadheads, pillow biters, community, dreads, F-ups, demons, they have brotherhoods, officers is black, kids, beta males, baby mama maids, so on and so forth. All right, let me tell you what I see. Obviously, nobody sees it the way that I see it. Let me tell you what I see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 in this one. Let me see in this frame. 5, maybe 5, 6. All right, cool.
Between former rivals called ops.
All right, so this is what I see. All right. I see a bunch of people that's in there, and I see one that's not supposed to be there. The guy in the red shirt, that's a church boy. That's a church boy. He is the one that is the oddball out. He is the one that clearly is not supposed to be there. He's scared. It's his first time going. He probably jumped off the porch and was hanging out with the wrong crew at the wrong time. What I see when I looked at this video, the first thing that I see is monsters, people that's used to the system, screaming at they ops, ain't doing, they about their life, thugs, no future. And the one in the red, he don't belong. He don't belong. He's worried. He's scared. He's the first one being led into the truck. He looks like he's about to cry. He's afraid. He doesn't even carry the same confidence in the thug behavior as the rest of them. I played this multiple different times, and that's the only thing that I could see. I'm used to seeing the screen. Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, man, I don't believe this. Red shirt, he ain't supposed to be there. He's supposed to be, he was supposed to have a better life ahead of him. Probably got a higher IQ, just so happened to get caught up. He's supposed to actually have a future in front of him. That's a nice guy. He's supposed to be a nice young man, a nice boy. He's a nice boy. He don't even wear the same colors. The rest of them wear neutral colors. He wore something that his grandmama bought. His grandmama bought him that shirt for Christmas. His grandmother bought him that shirt for Christmas. He's rebellious. Rebelliousness. He not supposed to be there at all. He's not just a boy, just worried. He's scared. He's in his feminine right now.
In New York City, there are 4 main nationally affiliated gangs: the Bloods, the Crips, Folk Nation, and the Trinitarios. Under them, there are hundreds of smaller groups called sets or crews. There's no exact census on actual numbers, but law enforcement officials estimate it's in the tens of thousands.
They're putting everything online or...
Yeah, New York got a higher quality of a woman that is doing their reporting. They must pay better.
Or whether they're rapping about their ops, or whether they're kicking over candles, or whether they're actually doing drills. They're doing everything online, and they're documenting and creating their own digital footprint.
We had exclusive access to NYPD Gun Violence Suppression Division takedowns in Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx, where police and prosecutors put alleged trigger pullers in handcuffs.
What did I say they all got? Look at them. Listen. Y'all keep lying to me.
NYPD Gun Violence Suppression Division takedowns in Brooklyn.
No, let's talk about it.
Access to NYPD Gun Violence Suppression Division takedowns in Brooklyn.
Braids, dreadheads.
Queens, and
braids, dreadheads, all of them.
In the Bronx.
Braids, dreadheads, all of them. Every single, look, y'all could sit here and lie to me if y'all want to. Every single one of them have a look. All of them got the same look. Every last one of them. They all got toe up, braids, dreads, nappy fro. Braids head, nappy fro. Braids head, nappy fro. Braids head, nappy fro. Ain't none of them well put together. Listen. Y'all could keep on telling me, no, Anton, that's not true. No, Anton, that's not right. No, Anton, I don't see it. No, Anton, this. No, Anton, no. Yes, Anton. It's right there in front of our face. We keep sitting there acting like it's not a real thing. Every single one of them look the same way. Tall, short, skinny, big. They all got the same exact look. Every last one of them, bro. All of the dudes that was yelling, everybody that's being led in there with the handcuffs on, everybody that's being arrested and put in the back of the paddy wagon, they all got the exact same look. Not one of them looked different. Listen, don't tell me I'm wrong. Show me. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Show me. All of them have the same look. And when y'all start showing me people that don't look like it, then I'll start acknowledging it. But as of right now, the profile, they fit the profile. They all fit the profile, bro.
Where police and prosecutors put alleged trigger pullers in handcuffs. Police say both shooters and their victims are getting younger, and 96% are minorities.
Oh, they are shooting in front of little kids. Regular pedestrians and little kids just walking down the street. Look, it's another dude in the lower right, in the lower left-hand corner that got his gun out too. Wow. What is going on in the United States of America? What is happening? They just shooting randomly, quick.
You have to realize that about 65% of our shootings in New York City historically have a gang nexus.
Gang members' digital boasting and posting of crimes and threats leaves a digital fingerprint and a fast track to a conviction, says prominent criminal defense attorney Arthur Aidala, who represents Chef G.
The pictures of you with the guns that you put on your Instagram page. Well, we got that. The picture of you doing some kind of rant about something, that's going to come in. Or if at the very least, it's going to be used against you.
Hip-hop community activist Hassan Hocus 4/5 Harris, a former gang member, ignited the internet when he started the Drop My Flag Challenge to encourage young gang members to leave gangs before it's too late. The former member of the notorious Bronx
Nigga look like the dude that was trying to hold me accountable in the chat. Y'all all got the same look.
blood set called Sex Money Murder was acquitted in 2012 of.
Oh, God. This is so dumb, bro.
Conspiracy charges that could have kept him behind bars for life.
Some of them might even look up to me and who I was, not understanding that I come up in the area, wasn't no cameras. Right. Nowadays, you go spin the block, they are rewinding back to when you left your house.
We dive deep into this important issue on the next episode of Street Soldiers. Join us at our new time, Friday at 4:30, right here on Fox 5 and the Fox Local app.
That's sad, bro. It's so sad. But then they'll sit there and try to hold me accountable about the fact that I don't support this dumb shit. Try to hold me accountable about the fact that I don't support this nonsense. Oh, Anton, you the op. No, them niggas is the ops. They the ops. I'm a regular upstanding citizen, employing people, all of this other stuff. Them niggas the ops. We ain't the ops. They the ops. It says tens of thousands of gang members. Tens of thousands of gang members, bro. What you think, that you're going to change their lives? Oh, we got to reach the youth. Man, them niggas is gone, bro. They gone. They ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. They like making rap videos, posting guns on their Instagram profile, and smoking Fenty. At best, they the future crackheads of America. At worst, they're going to be somebody's girlfriend inside of the jail, or they're gonna make somebody else their girlfriend, or they're gonna do a combination of both. They're gonna be doing a combination of both. They're gonna be doing a 69. They getting sucked and they sucking in prison together. It's doing a 69 with another grown man. Was it this bad? It ain't never been this bad, has it? Has it ever been this bad? Oh, now y'all want to say, ugh, no, never. Oh my God, gross. Nah, Kay Cooper, don't. Oh my God, gross. This is who y'all like to talk. These are gonna be y'all baby daddies when they get out of jail. Listen, the same dudes that tell y'all, listen, that y'all saying gross at, those are the dudes that be like, hey man, if you're a real one, hold me down. This is y'all husbands. These are y'all future husbands of America. This is the future husbands of America. What y'all oohing about? Yeah, this is the dating pool. Chuck Buck. That's the dating pool. Listen, when the women say, oh, all of the good ones is taken, I believe y'all. I believe y'all. The only chance that y'all have, you want me to help y'all out? The only chance that y'all have is y'all gonna have to be sister wives. Janice, y'all gonna have to be sister wives. Put your bid in to the dudes that y'all like. Listen, y'all remember that test that they used to do where it used to be like it was this test that a lot of guys have online, and it's like this application where you put in all of the things that women want. And they say, oh my God, I want a man, and he has to be tall, dark, and handsome, and he has to make $150,000 a year, and he got to live in this place, and he got to have a small puppy or whatever. And so they put all of the calculation inside of it, and they'd be like, well, you got a 0.0001% chance of getting this guy, and he's single. The new calculation is, let me tell you what the new calculation is. Heterosexual, you already done wiped out 70% of the men. Heterosexual, 70% of the men is gone. Oh, Anton, they not. No, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, because they done either gave some head, got some head, took some head, been to jail. That's another criteria. You got to be a heterosexual male that has never done a prison stint. Look at how low the bar is right now. Heterosexual, never did a prison stint, has a job, don't have a felony on their record, and don't like to touch kids. If you skip all of that and you're a man, you win. You are the top 1% of the population. Heterosexual, you eliminate 70%. Heterosexual. You don't like kids, don't got a felony necessarily. Ain't never beat a chick up in her face, and you a good person. You top 1%. If you can meet that criteria, and you got a job, you have stable employment and stable income. Stable employment and stable income. Listen, you can forget all of the rest of that shit. Don't even worry about all of the rest of that stuff. If you're that, you're top 1%. Lucas says got no STDs. Nope, you're asking for too much. You're asking for too much. No, don't got no STDs or STIs. You're asking for too much, nigga. You're asking for too much. Ain't no in the world that you're gonna get all of that. And you for what? Yeah, right. Listen, pretty soon in 2026, summer 2026, you're gonna have guys out here saying, what makes you think that you can get a man that ain't never been to jail before? What makes you think that you can get a man that got a stable job? Please, girl, you're gonna have to get with a man and try to hold him down until he can find employment. What? You want a man that ain't never sucked no dick before? Oh, she asking for too much, nigga. Your standards is too high. Your standards is too high. He ain't ever did what? He didn't only like girls the entire time? and he got a job, oh, you hit the gold mine, girl. You hit the gold mine. And he got all his teeth. Now listen, now you asking for a nigga who got updated dental records and no STDs, you asking for too much. Get on prep. Get on prep and hope for the best. I'm trying to tell you, listen. If you are looking for something that is up here, you done. You're going to have to become a sister wife. You ready? You ready? You're going to have to be a sister wife. Think about, listen, do you know how difficult it's going to be based off of all of the YNs and based off of the things that we see happening in our culture on a regular basis? Y'all know how hard it's going to be for y'all to find a guy. Think about this. Ladies only, what do you think the percentage is going to be of a guy that has never been with another man, never kissed another man, never nothing, has stable employment, meaning that for the last 3 years or more that he has been holding down a job, don't have no felonies, don't like kids, no, don't have, you know what I'm saying, never beat the fuck out of a chick that he previously talked to. Dog, do you know how rare that's going to be? I think it's going to be super rare, man. 2026 is over. It's over. And he ain't got no STDs? Fuck, you crazy. You crazy. Because by the time they 23, they didn't already became passport bros. They already in Sasua. You know what I'm saying? Or they didn't call a gun charge, which means that they already didn't have their virginity took. They didn't have that pussy taken over. And you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to take what you're going to get. What? He got a pulse? I'll take him. He got a pulse? I'll take him. We up. I'm the creme de la creme. I'm the top 0.00001% of men that meet all of those criteria. And he got money. Forget it, nigga. And he ain't out here finessing. That's why they be so mad at me. Anton ain't a big supporter. Anton always calling us out. I know, nigga, because it's only a few of us. It's only a few of us. Really. Honestly, bro. It's only a few of us. So that's it. That's it. The boring guys is gonna be the new Brad Pitts, Idris Elba's, all of that. What is his redeeming qualities? He just got a nice smile. Kicking it with a chef says, Anton, where your friends? Married? Married? Honestly, I don't know. All my friends that I can call right now, married. Right away. Every single guy that I can call right now. The only friends I got that ain't married is Slimmy and Quentin. The only friends that I have that fit this criteria is Slimmy and Quentin. That's it. Every other guy that I'm friends with in real life, that I talk to on a regular basis, nigga. They out the way. And here's the interesting part about it. You want to know the real interesting part about it? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one 10 times better. They not even on the internet. No, most of the guys that I know They not on Instagram. They not on TikTok. They don't make TikToks at all. If I wasn't a YouTuber, I wouldn't have Instagram. I wouldn't have TikTok. I would probably just watch YouTube. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. I wouldn't have Instagram. I wouldn't have TikTok. I would only be watching YouTube. They are not on the internet. They don't give a fuck about the internet. They go to work, they live life, and they go home. They watch shows on YouTube. That's it. They ain't posting. None of that stuff. Ain't that crazy? I wouldn't even be out here. I wouldn't even be they just not out here, bro. And Slimmy about 7 feet tall. I think Slimmy like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", some shit like that. They don't make TikToks. They don't go back and forth. They girl be like, hey, honey, did you see this? I'm like, yeah, baby. They be just chilling. They get money. They run up a bag. Let me call my bro right now real quick. I forgot to check on that nigga. We'll go to the next part of the show after this. Nope, Yolanda. Nope, I'm not doing it. Telling you the truth. Oh, I'm calling them on the wrong phone.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Well, I can always call his wife. Yep. Me and my brothers, we got their wives' phone number. Oh, she don't got this number either. I guess I should call from my other number. I gotta stop calling from this phone. Let me see something. Hey, this is Anton. I have to check on something anyway. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Actually, I'm streaming on the phone that they have, the bat phone. I'm actually streaming. This is my iPhone that I got that I'm looking at. Hey, what's up, man? This is Anton.
Yeah, see what's going on.
I didn't know if you had this number.
I don't, because I was looking at it. I was like, who called me from there?
Why you ain't answer the phone to find out who it was?
Yeah, I probably should have, but I was just thinking, like, who is this? Like, I don't be wanting to, especially when it be like having like a 313. I'd be like, I don't need to talk to nobody.
So did Dre get the car settled?
Oh yeah. So okay. So he got everything done. He so just like we said, go ahead and just put, write it in or whatever. So the thing about it was when he wrote it in, because you never got no tax for the car, he had to pay the taxes, which is fine. He didn't care about that. But they made him pay like, I think it was like $1,500 or something like that. But
okay. All right. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Everything is good. See, and he's so happy. He don't know what to do with himself. Every day is just something. He be like, let's get in the car and just be driving.
Well, I'm glad that he enjoying it because I wasn't able to drive it as much.
He made his life for real.
All right. Well, he got a birthday coming up, I think.
No, well, shoot, next week, next Tuesday.
Well, he ain't. Don't tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him don't expect nothing from me.
Please, he ain't don't ask nothing else from you. He didn't got everything. That's just the only thing he ever wanted in life. He got it. He just keep telling me, Jasmine, just don't know how this is just too much. This is my favorite. I'm like, I know. You talked about this since we was kids. So, and I was telling your mama yesterday, we had met up with them for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I said, you know what, when Anton got that car, and I told Andre, I told him like before, I said, when Anton got that car, I don't know why this came to me. I said, he gonna end up giving that car to you. And so Andre was like, yeah, right. Do you know how much the car cost? I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. I just feel like he gonna end up giving it to you. So when you gave it to him, I was like, what?
I was gonna give it to him last year, but then I don't know. I just gave it to him this year. So
it don't matter. He just happy. He don't know what to do with himself at this point. And he got to get the little antenna fixed. And he went up somewhere yesterday, and they're gonna do it like this week.
okay.
So yeah, he good.
All right.
His phone number in too.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Tell you, man, my people be out the way. My people be out the way. They don't be in the streets. They not participating in the same way that everybody is. They do what they want to do, and they just have a good time with life, and they just keep it moving from there. My people don't be in the streets like that, bro. They not trying to be visible. They not trying to be superstars. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. And that's my oldest brother. So I'll be trying to figure out, well, I guess if I got a payout, how come everybody else didn't get a payout? Why did I only get a payout from my father? I don't know. Neither here nor there. What we talking about? What's next? Got Amazon, got a $2.5 billion fine. Man shot while trying to rob 2 off-duty New York Police Department officers at Penn Station. Oh, they got a new update on the David kid. New update on the David kid. Which one y'all want to talk about? What we talking about? Oh, kidnapping in Africa. Y'all want to go over to kidnapping in Africa? All right, let's see if we can do kidnapping in Africa. I was going to talk about this yesterday, wasn't I?
A Maryland woman says she was drugged and kidnapped on vacation in Africa and barely escaped with her life.
She's just gotten home, and tonight she shares her story with Bob Barnard.
I don't know what happened to me. Just know I was trying to fight. I was fighting for my life. A grown-ass man. I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends Mika and Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday.
I don't like that, Meek. I don't like that using Mika's name. I don't like that.
From what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations.
They literally, dog, they got the exact same hoodies on. Yep, she got the hoodie on that say Hello Kitty and Friends. And she got her white Amiri hoodie on. I guess they just kept the same clothes on and decided to come on home. They beat the fuck out of her, bro. Look at her eyes. It seemed like when people get whooped so bad, like when I see women that has been in domestic violence situations, a lot of times they look deformed. Like they look like they've been beat the fuck up. Women that have been in domestic violence situations a lot of times look like they've been beat up. That's sad.
No, I was trying to fight. I was fighting for. For my life, a grown ass man, I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends Mika and Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday from what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations.
See, they was normal back then.
This time to Tunisia. That's in northern Africa.
Hey, what would make people go to Tunisia?
It was traumatizing. Like even here, like now, like she got her own house, I got my own place. We stayed together. Like we still scared because it's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if y'all.
Mika says this past Saturday night, after returning from a club, she was drugged and kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car. And I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help, somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where these scratches from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if he thought he was going to knock me out, but I kept fighting. It was.
Yeah, I don't know if they know. Maryland women is different. Maryland and New York women are different. I would suggest y'all never try to kidnap a Maryland woman, especially if they from Baltimore. If they from Baltimore, it's going to be a completely different conversation. All right? It looked like she was with her homegirl, but she said, y'all said, why was she by herself? Well, the reason that she was by herself is because she said she was in her hotel and she was going downstairs for something. Let me go back and play that one more time.
Doors, I'm trying to kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
I don't really know what else y'all want. She was going down to the lobby to go get some tissues, and then she was up in somebody else's car.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car. And I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help.
Somebody said, I don't know, AD, is something fishy about this story. What do you mean? Do tell. What's fishy about the story? She beat the fuck up. What does she have to gain? What does she have to gain out of this story? Somebody says hotel staff was involved. A lot of times, the hotel staff do be involved. Look, bro, when people get trafficked, when people get kidnapped, when people get abducted, when people get took and all of this stuff, that don't just happen in the vacuum. It usually doesn't happen to where, oh my God, I didn't know it was coming and all of this other type of stuff. No, that's not how it happens. How it usually happens is that there's usually other people that were participating in the process. And so it's a whole network of people that's a part of it. That's why I keep telling women, stop going out of the country by yourselves. Stop even traveling by yourself to areas that y'all not supposed to be in inside of the United States of America. It doesn't make sense for you to go by yourself. You want to be adventurous. You think that it's safe everywhere. You're not safe.
Somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where these scratches from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if he thought he was going to knock me out, but I kept fighting. It was nothing. It had to be angels or something with me for me to. It's a grown man. He's punching me in my face, on my forehead, and both of my eyes. He's punching me. So I'm like, I just kept thinking I got to get back home to my kids. Like, I just got to get back home to my kids. So I just kept fighting. We're fighting. He's hitting me. We're going blow for blow. He's hitting me. I'm hitting him.
Queen was back at the hotel, the Penthouse Suites Hotel in Tunis. This is from its website. She says they were less than helpful.
And I'm running around the hotel looking for her. And like, bro, y'all want to tell me where she is? Like, what's going on? What's going on? And they started telling me like, oh.
Is that a gum earring? The fuck y'all got pierced now? Y'all get y'all gums pierced? I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. Y'all get y'all gums pierced? Have y'all ever seen a gum piercing or the inside of your lip pierced? I've never seen that before in my entire life. You seen that before? Well, they get their gums pierced? Seriously? Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't know why you would get the inside of your lip pierced or your gums pierced. That seems very painful. Of all of the things that you can get pierced, that seems very, very painful.
She left with this person, or she left with this person, or she made a friend. And I'm like, how can she make a friend? She doesn't speak these languages.
Mika has 2 black eyes, scrapes on her arms, and other injuries. She was able to get away and frantically make it back to the hotel.
All I could do was like go and try to get help and go downstairs and beg for help and beg for help. Like, please, y'all help me. She was hurt. Please help me, please. I have videos. They're like walking away. They like, this didn't happen here. We don't know what you're talking about.
They called the U.S. Embassy in Tunis and were soon met by embassy staff and local police. Mika sharing her story on TikTok and Instagram.
They really tried to kidnap me in Africa. I feel like they never expected for me to come back. I was not supposed to come back to the hotel. I was supposed to, whatever plan they had for me, God had another plan.
We've reached out to the State Department, the Embassy of Tunisia in Washington, and that hotel in Tunis, but haven't heard back from any of them. If we do...
Yeah, y'all got to be very careful, man. Y'all got to be very, very careful. Don't find yourselves trying to go to these other places. I don't even know about that place. I ain't never even heard of one person in my entire life that has ever visited that place. B. Baker says, what was she doing back there in the first place? They was traveling, right? They was traveling. I don't know why people be traveling. I heard that Paris is a shithole. I heard that Paris is trash.
Non, pas de vidéo. Non, vas-y, pas de vidéo.
Okay.
Go!
Il faut pas l'écouter.
Chef, t'as pas le droit de filmer ici normalement. T'as pas le droit de filmer normalement.
Bonjour and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to explore Marché Barbes, a place just north of the Gare du Nord. If I didn't tell you this was in Paris, would you really know this was Paris? You've just arrived off the Eurostar tunnel and you're thinking of not getting a taxi or the metro into a nice part of Paris. I want to show you what the neighborhood around the Gare du Nord looks like. I want to show you what happens when you head directly north from the Gare du Nord. We can ask the question later, does this neighborhood feel French or does it feel like Paris? I can tell you now, there are many, many neighborhoods in Paris that feel very, very French. So not all of Paris is like this, but I want to give you a perspective on what the neighborhoods just north of the Gare du Nord is like. That's what we're going to do. As you come out the front of the station, this is the perfect place to get taxis or an Uber or just to get out of this neighborhood. As you will see, this area at the front has problems, but what we're going to do is we're going to head north. So we're going to go to the back of the station and walk from there. This is a market that goes on not every day, but it's certainly because it's Sunday, it's happening. I thought it would be interesting to have a look at this market. Now, what you're going to find is, it's probably easy to describe this while we're here because it's going to get really busy here and it's probably going to be very difficult to describe when we're over there.
Yeah.
These guys are legitimate. They've got licenses.
Yeah,
So-
I was just about to ask about that.
So this man has paid for a license. They paid for a license. So they don't mind being on camera. These guys here are on the cleanup crew because at 2:30 the market ends. And the cleanup could take all day. But there's a lot of money spent on cleanup. You start seeing people packing away. But the people in the middle that will just be selling on boxes, they don't have licenses. They won't like you filming. So they might think you're the cops, they might think you're the council. So just bear that in mind as you're pointing the camera in the direction. Most people are just going to hopefully think you're just a tourist and just sort of look away. They might hide their faces, but some of them will say, stop filming, stop filming. So just bear that in mind.
Do they get in trouble sometimes, get ticketed, or any type of consequence?
The theory is yes.
in the United States over the last 4 years, but I wanted to come to Europe. This is Savannah Hernandez in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, because I've been covering the illegal immigration crisis in the United States over the last 4 years, but I wanted to come to Europe to check out how the crisis is going over here. Now, a lot of people will take you in front of the Eiffel Tower to highlight the immigration crisis, but we actually have been through various parts of Paris, and to be quite honest with you guys, this crisis is a lot worse than I even expected it to be. Now, I was looking at some of the numbers, and you have about 400,000 to 500,000 both legal and illegal migrants coming into France, various suburbs of Paris. You very much see that. Now, first impressions of Paris. There is graffiti on every single beautiful building as you are driving from both North Paris into the heart of the city. On top of that, the city isn't the cleanest, I'll be quite honest with you guys. It's pretty stinky, lots of trash. You are very much seeing the results of the migrant crisis on every single street corner. I mean, everywhere we've gone, every single street, you are seeing African migrants. There are also various parts of Paris in which the French people and the French culture is absolutely nowhere to be seen. We are talking entire neighborhoods, entire cultural enclaves in which you are not seeing the French or their culture represented at all. And again, I wanted to come here because we are seeing the exact same thing mirrored in the United States of America. It's absolutely covering up what is going on over here. The government is watering down a lot of those numbers. Now, I've been talking to, of course, a lot of those on over here. Media is absolutely covering up what is going on over here. Now, I've been talking to a lot of local journalists, and similar to the US, they state that, of course, the media is completely watering down what is going on over here, going so far as to change the name of migrants when crimes are committed, so that way there isn't any bad sentiment in the public view towards migrants. You also have, of course, a large uptick in stabbings, in sexual assaults related to migrants, and the French women and the French men who try to bring light to this are told that they are racist, that they are fascist for trying to highlight these issues. So again, wanted to come on the street and not only show you the front of the Eiffel Tower, because a lot of people always
look at this shit. What is going on over in Paris, France? Bro, a lot of my timeline is just like this when it shows places like Paris, France. And it said that they've basically been overran by African migrants over into Paris, and they've turned it into a third world country. They said that it's almost no sign of Paris's culture over there. And this is why it looks like this. They say that this is why Trump was going off on the UN, and they were saying, listen, y'all places have turned into shitholes. Everything is bad and everything is horrible over there. I don't want that to be my America, bro. I just don't. I don't want that to be the place where I love and where I live. That's not what I envision America to be long term. I just don't, bro. You been to the Eiffel Tower, Toy? I've never been to the Eiffel Tower. It's one of the places that I said that I wanted to go to, but I don't want to go there no more. Anton, she lying. She was at the club tricking and got caught up. Yeah, I heard of that too, but that don't mean that you're supposed to get kidnapped. I heard it's a lot of women that is going over to other countries to try to get some D, which I don't know why you got to go to another country to get some D. Why are women going to other countries to get D? You can basically get most, I would like to think that most women can get D for free over here in the United States of America. Why are they going to other countries to get D? But I heard it's a lot of women that's going over to other countries, and that's why they're going to these African countries. They go to these African countries, they're doing Jamaican boat rides, and they basically going to get a black man over there to try to run trains on them, and then turn them into vagrants. That's what I heard, honestly. I heard his passport sisters. Yep, you're right, Andre Roberts. I heard that his passport sisters and snow bunnies that are going over into African countries to basically be doing the dirty. And so they over there sex trafficking. I'm not saying that that's what those women are doing, but that's what I heard. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let me read some of y'all super chats. Hold on, let me go over to the Cash Apps first. Make sure I ain't missing nothing. So I'll be looking at Christopher Mayberry. Shout out to you. Brian Smith. Shout out to you. Courtney Eggert says, what up, though? Princess Williamson. Ronald Staten. Shout out to everybody that's in on Cash App running it up. Without question, since 80, look up Jade Fleury of Fox 26 in Houston. She's fired. Jade Fleury. Okay, I see you, Jade. Yeah, she do look good. I ain't gonna cap. All right, you got it. Jade won. Yeah, Jade won. She definitely won. Hopefully James Harden ain't got to her already. Oh, y'all want to see for yourselves? All right, I got y'all. Yeah, she looked good. She looked really good. Let me tell you, hopefully James Harden haven't got to her. You know, the one thing that I be thinking about when I see some of these women, like let's see this right here, right? Let's take this right here. When I see this, I see them at sports games and you see them on jet skis, right? I want y'all to know this. When you see a woman at sports games and on jet skis, remember that's somebody else took her there. No woman pays for her own tickets to go to sports games, and most of the time, they don't pay to go out of town. That's correct, Aaron Miller. She's being sponsored. You know, the same way that I say, teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. That's what you see happening in these pictures. If you see a woman that is on jet skis or hanging out in a really good sports arena or club or something like that, they are not paying their own money. That is somebody else's money, somebody else's tickets, somebody else is taking a picture and airdropping it to her. It's something else that's happening out there. No woman is bringing a photographer with her. No woman is doing any of that, especially if she looks like this young lady right here. They're not paying for themselves. Basically, these type of women, they have a get out of jail free card, and their face card is their credit card. Their face card is their credit card. All right. AD wants to save her. I don't. I got my hands full. I'm not even gonna kid you, bro. I'm up to my neck in activities. My hands is full with money and business. And when you on the grind and you on the hustle and you 29,000 subscribers away from getting to 1 million, you don't give a fuck about no woman. I'm being honest with you. They'll tell you, listen, I ain't even been out of town. I ain't did nothing. Seriously. I ain't been out of town. I ain't went nowhere. I ain't even 29, 28, 27 and change away. Give a fuck about no woman, nigga. I ain't thinking about no goddamn woman. I'm trying to run up a bag. That's what you don't understand about me. That's what a lot of people don't understand about hustlers, is that ain't nobody giving a fuck about no woman. We caring about running up a motherfucking bag. We trying to go and get a check, nigga. I don't care about no chick. I don't care what she look like. Because you got to understand, it's time out for that. It's time out for chasing chicks, bro. Like right now, as a man, you're going to have to pick and choose your spots, bro. Like it's just like a game. It's like a basketball game, right? Like the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, you on a minutes restriction, whatever. you're going to have to figure out how to do it, bro. And a lot of guys, they get so caught up in hoes that that's all they can think about, and it consumes them, and it messes up their money, it messes up their mindset, it messes up their bag, it messes up everything. I'm not focused on that, bro. You think that you can be as focused as me and never, ever miss? I don't miss on Patreon. I don't miss on a drop on this channel. I don't miss on a live stream. I don't miss on after hours. I don't miss on a clip. I don't miss on the Anton Daniels channel. None of that. I'm 100% focused, bro. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna give you the game. A lot of people don't even know this. You know why I've been by myself every day down at the apartment, and I only go out to go and stay at. I only go out to stay at. I don't want to say where I live at, where my crib is at. I only go out to stay at the house with my wife and my daughter on the weekends, pretty much, and then maybe on Wednesdays when I don't stream, is because I need to zero in, bro. I can't focus on nothing. My daughter is big. She back in school. Rita is focused on real estate, and so we connect on the weekends. And for the next 2 weeks, I just need to dial in, bro. I can't worry about work-life balance. I'm only working. I'm hiring somebody, so I'm gonna create more time for myself. I'm hiring different staff members, and I'm bringing people in to do certain things. But y'all think, and this is why that conversation on Monday was so difficult for me, because a lot of people think that just because you married, or just because you this, or just because you that, you supposed to be go home and focus on them. That's not my life, and I don't care about that shit right now. It's a time to play, and it's a time to focus. And so I seen myself, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm being 100% vulnerable because my life is an open book. I seen myself starting to lose focus, in that I was falling behind on certain work activities because I was focused on being family man. And it's nothing wrong with being family man, especially if you're a person that just got a regular 9 to 5 and you go home and you do all of that, right? But the other side of it is this. I made a decision and I had a conversation. I said, listen, I can't get caught up in this because I'm too close to achieving some of the things that I never thought that I was going to get to. So I need to dig down and I need to focus. And you know what she said? Do your thing. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be right here. I cut out the bullshit. I'm telling you the truth. I got friends all the time. They'd be like, yo, can I come into town? I'm coming to this and this. No, it's not a good time for me right now. It's not a good time for me right now. I can't do that right now. I need to be down here and I need to be in the studio. I need to be down here and I need to be in the studio. I need to be down here. I ain't been going out of town. Have you noticed I haven't been going out of town and stuff like that? Ever since I came back from doing Fresh and Fit, and I seen the momentum, but then I seen me starting to get too overwhelmed with different things that was happening that wasn't necessarily adding value into my life. And so I was like, I can't. No out of town right now. Maybe I go out on a weekend and pick some shit up or whatever. No doing this. I'm going to go out for an hour and two, and I'm going to go visit the new Apple store downtown Detroit. Maybe I stop at a Tigers game for an hour and a half, but I'm knee deep in this shit. I'm knee deep in it. And so what guys are going to have to learn to do is that you're going to have to learn how to have a conversation with the people around you and say, listen, I'm going to see you on the back end of this, but right now I got to go and get this money. Right now I got to go and focus on this. Right now I got to go and build these houses. Right now I need to deep dive. And then you ain't got to necessarily leave a house, but maybe you in the basement. I remember some of my businesses, bro, I used to sleep in the business because I was too tired to go home. I used to sleep in the basement. I would take a nap for an hour, work for 4. Take a nap for an hour, work for 4. Take a nap for an hour, work for 4. And I would put myself on a schedule because I knew I had some deliverables that I had to take care of. That's the sacrifice. You're not going to always be able to go and hang out with everybody else. During some of these weeks, people be out and I see them, you know, they be on vacation and shit, or they FaceTime me, hey, Anton, we here or whatever, so on and so forth. What was the last? Labor Day? We just had Labor Day or Memorial Day, one of them two or whatever. Remember I streamed and then I went out and I hung out with family for like 3 hours and then I was right back in the studio, bro. That's why I don't give a fuck about excuses. I hate when I see men a lot of times sit there and say, oh man, but I work 8 hours and I don't have enough to be able to pay the rent for the place that I want to live in. Nigga, man the fuck up then. Man up. If that's the life you want, go get it. Go get it, baby. I don't have time right now. We gon' vacation all winter, but right now I'm summer hustling. I lock in for 6 fucking months and then I'm gonna live the other 6 months like an Arabian prince. Go get the bag. Nigga, what you think? It's gonna be a shortage of hoes when you get there? What you think that she gonna leave you? Nigga, if she leaving you while you going to get the bag, then she wasn't supposed to be with you in the first place. I'm trying to tell you what my real life is like. That's why I'm locked in. When I showed y'all last night, which was unintentional of me actually showing you that I was by myself last night in particular, I leave the studio, I go to the gas station, get me some water and some Swedish fish, nigga. I take my stuff off, go get in the bed, wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, nigga. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning and I'm back at it because I knew I had a meeting at 10 and I had to go and meet with them. So, okay, so this is on my schedule. I got to meet with them at 10. I'm going to be with them for at least an hour. Then I'm going to leave straight from them and go straight into the studio, but I can't miss my live stream. Still got to get this other work done over here. Got to offboard these people over the weekend. I got to make a flight and go back and forth, take care of this business. I got to get this set up. I got to stop by the bank. Still got to go see my daughter, go see my wife this weekend. So take care of this. And so you got to be locked in, nigga. I don't have no time for none of this bullshit. I ain't got no time to be sitting there joking with y'all. I ain't got no time to sit here kicking it like schoolgirls, going back and forth doing reaction videos on some beef type shit. I don't give a fuck about no beef, nigga. I'm about money. Unless the beef is translating into money, then what we talking about? We too grown to be talking about some beef. Beef? Beef? What you talking about? Beef? Nigga, we 40. We 40. Ain't no such thing as beef no more. It's calculated moves to figure out how we can get more visibility for ourselves. But if we not working towards on no visibility, do your worst. I'm focused over here. I'm over here, man. I'm out the way. I don't care what you're talking about. I told some of my friends, me and Mika usually we lock in at least 4, 5, 6 times a year. 6 times a year. And I said, hey, Mika, can we put a pause on our collabs in person for a second? I'm being the honest to God truth. Because me and Mika, we plan this shit out. We plan to come and link up and then connect and then work in real life and create content together. We strategize and shit like that. I said, Mika, can we put a pause on it for 1 second? Because I got to lock the fuck in. I got to lock in, bro. Like, I don't own that. Mika is one of the prettiest girls. She got the whole, she's shapely, she gorgeous or whatever. I love being around Mika. She one of my inspirations. She a muse. I sit her over there on a fucking couch, and I just be like, damn, this is some beautiful shit that we got going on right here. We working hard, and then you looking gorgeous. You my inspiration, but I can't focus on that shit right now. Nigga, I gotta get this money. I can't focus on that. I got money to go get, bro. But you put the hoes before the money, nigga, and that's the difference between all of us. Is that I don't care about nothing when I'm locked in. Tunnel vision, bro. And so until we get past wherever it is that we trying to get to, and then we can start figuring that shit out. I don't even flirt like I'm supposed to flirt. I usually be flirting for content just for that shit to go, for niggas to feel some type of way and for people to do reaction videos about it. I ain't even been flirting lately. I just don't be caring. You know what? I'm not in flirting mood right now. I give a compliment like, damn, you beautiful. Lex been coming on the live stream. Lex, you gorgeous. All right, so we going to the next conversation or what? I've been locked in. I don't even live stream past 3 hours on after hours before I start getting my pants on. I know I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's time to start moving. Switched over to the iPad. I don't want to kill the live stream, so we just gonna go ahead and keep it moving, man. Nothing that we do is by mistake. They want to try to take your credit away from you and say some dumb shit like, oh, he must have got an inheritance. He must have got a bag from his daddy. He must have did this. He must have did that. Nah, nigga, I just outwork you. You can't teach hustle. You can't teach bag chasing. You can't teach running up a bag. You can't be the king of the bag chasers, nigga, and be lazy. Nigga, I can't wear the hat. I can't wear my crown if I'm lazy. I can't wear my crown the way I need to wear it if I'm lazy, if I'm out here missing money, and if I'm out here dusty. I'm the king of this shit because what? Wait. You think that I'm above all my peers because it just so happened to be happenstance, nigga? I've been winning my whole life. Everything I do, everybody got a target. You think I don't watch niggas' numbers? Not on no hate shit, but just as inspiration. Like, okay, I see who I got to catch. You think that I don't already have a list of niggas that's above me that's over 1 million that I'm already targeting? I'ma salute you, then I'ma chase you fucking down. You don't think that I already got a list of niggas that's at 1.5, 1.4, 1.3, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 million that I'm not already got a list? Nigga, I got the list. It's on my iPad. I made my list yesterday because I'm already working on these niggas. You think I wasn't paying attention to all of the people that was in the game at the same time and they was like, who gonna be the next up? Who gonna be the winner? Who gonna get there first? Me, nigga. I'm gonna take everything. It ain't nothing that nobody can do to stop me either. Network coming. Millionaire Morning Show coming. Anton Daniels channel, I'm not even looking at 1 million. I'm looking at 2 million now. Give a fuck about what these niggas is talking about. Nigga, this is competition to me. You don't even know that you my competition. Every day I wake up, the first thing that I do is I pray, brush my teeth, and then I start typing in the niggas that's on my list to see exactly what they did yesterday. Okay, so they dropped a video. He dropped 2. He did this type of video. He didn't get no motion on that one, but he hit on that one. Okay, I like what he did on that. Let me check his situation, his thumbnail. Wonder if he gonna be consistent. He missed 2 days ago, and so that's why he kind of lost his momentum. But he didn't grow. He just did a couple views. All right, I get it. All right, let me map this shit out. That's what we're gonna accomplish for the day, and we're gonna trash these niggas. That's the right after I pray. Lord, give me the strength and the energy to continue to endure and to outwork my enemies, to outwork my rivals, to outwork the niggas that love me, to outwork all of my partners. Bless me to be better than everybody. Niggas is over here worried about some hoes. Hoes? Women? Pussy? Nigga, there ain't no shortage of that. It's going to be plenty of that. We ain't chasing that. We going to run to that shit and then we going to walk down to that shit. We going to run to the bags and then we going to walk down and we going to fuck every single last one of them hoes right there. It was a movie. I forgot what the quote is, but I remember it since I was a young kid. He said, we can run and catch one or we can walk and fuck them all. Is Anton talking about fucking bitches literally? No. Anton is talking figuratively about aligning your priorities to ensure that you're successful. Is it colors? Is it colors? We can run and catch one and work hard as fuck, or we can work hard, get the money, and then run and walk down and fuck all of them. I live by that shit, bro. I live by it. I live by this shit every single day. The first thing as I do is I go and I write the numbers down to the niggas that I'm chasing. Then once I pass them, I give it a week to make sure it ain't no fluke. Pay attention. Make sure niggas can't catch up with me, all right? Because And here's the worst part about it. Here's the interesting thing about it. All right. Here's the interesting thing about it. Let me give y'all a clue. And then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up because I gotta head out to the suburbs. It's a young nigga. It's a young Anton out there that's with a target on my back, and he's saying, "I'm gonna get that nigga. I'm gonna outwork him. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna get him." Me and Kev used to talk, and Kev says, "Anton, I'm 53." He said, "I'm 53 years old." That's how I know that everybody, because I used to talk to him on a regular basis. He said, "I'm 53 years old. I see you hustling. I'm more than 10 years older than you. You gonna let me outwork you?" Some people say, well, Kevin Samuels had this amount of subscribers. Yeah, but he was 50 when he did it. I'm 43. I'm 43. I look at everybody and anybody as inspiration. I'm gonna take it from everywhere. Everybody and anybody is inspiration. I'm gonna take it from everywhere. He did it in his 50s. I'm going to do it in my 40s. It's a young bull out there that said, I'm going to do it in my 30s. It's another young bull out there that's saying, I'm going to do it in my 20s. But you're not going to catch me right now. You're not going to catch me right now. Success is when preparation meet opportunity. The outcomes of success. Success is when preparation meet opportunity. The outcome is success. Success is when preparation meet opportunity, the outcome is success. It don't matter unless you prepare when the opportunity presents itself. You got to take that shit and you got to run. You only going to get so many opportunities in your life to catch lightning in a bottle. Nigga, don't miss yours. Don't miss yours. Go get it. Go get it. You don't even know what video is going to go viral. You just got to keep working. Locked in, man. Locked in. All right. Stop putting things that don't matter above your priorities, bro. I don't believe in work-life balance. I just believe in work. More life, more work. More life, more work. We'll figure out the money afterwards. All right. Hopefully y'all caught that. Hopefully y'all caught that. I used to listen to E.T. all the time. Eric Thomas. I went and seen him in Cleveland one time. And I was like, he said something, and I took it to heart. Was watching him in person. So, yup, got it. Locked in. Yup, I got it. They was filming the Fast and Furious down in Cleveland. I said, yup, I got it. Yep, I got it. I'm on it. I used to listen to C.T. Fletcher, Eric Thomas. I used to listen to a lot of people. I used to put a target on a lot of people. I'm coming to get you, nigga. I'm coming to get you. And ain't nothing you gonna do about it. That's all I'm saying. Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money, man. The women is gonna be there. Let the women take care of the children and put themselves to bed, give them a nice place to sleep. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. We'll be back in a month. Let me lock in for a month. It's a time for shopping. It's a time for planning. And it's a time for hustling. Let's go get it. Let's go get it, all right? I love y'all. Let me read some of these super chats. I'm going to get y'all up out of here for the day. Without question, AD, look up. Oh, yeah, I looked her up. She's dope. Jason A-Team in the building says, AD, here in Philly, we got 215 boys, but it's not just whites and a lot of Puerto Ricans too. A lot of them soft though, mainly in prison. Bombardus says, you see Nick Shirley outside the UN. It's wild. Yeah, I heard he was getting dogged out there without question. But see, I respect Nick Shirley. You know what Nick Shirley, you know what it is that I learned about Nick Shirley? Nick Shirley is in the streets, nigga. I don't think he got a girlfriend. I don't think Nick Shirley got a girlfriend, bro. Nick Shirley be city to city, state to state hustling. Nick Shirley is hustling, bro. I can't believe y'all letting I love Nick Shirley, but I can't believe y'all ain't got y'all camera together and y'all not out there in the streets like Nick Shirley catching this shit. You know what the biggest thing is that I took from the HBCU video? Is that it was somebody that had balls enough to go out there to an HBCU, put a Trump hat on, and create content, knowing that black people was going to jump out the fucking window. And now he going viral and he getting more visibility and he going to run up a bag. You think this nigga did that by mistake? I said, man, somebody going to pick up the mantle and somebody going to do the Charlie Kirk out here and they going to catch lightning in a bottle. This is their opportunity and they're going to go out there in the streets and they're going to get some visibility as a result of it. Dog was out there with his handmade sign, a Trump hat, goddamn camera on, and a little picnic table, went fucking viral, and now he getting the bag like crazy. And y'all just letting opportunity pass you by every day. Every day is some shit going on and you just seeing everything pass you by. During the election, we locked in. You know what? It's 6 months to election. Everything is going crazy. We locked in. Soon as I said that shit, I went viral. Soon as I said it, I went viral. Do you know I have not missed a video in years? I have not missed a drop in literal years. I have not missed a drop. If I commit and I say, hey, I'm going to do 4 videos a day, I'm going to do 6 videos a day over here, I'm going to do this many, I'm going to do this. Do you know I have not missed a video in years? In years. Not one day have I missed a video. Not one. Lock in, man. Trading their manhood for soups is crazy work, says without question. James Smith says, no, Anton, I'm from NYC. That red shirt is a woman. She is a lesbian. She was a top shooter for that gang. Jesus, good grief. It's a strong man. Fox Cuz says, what up, though? I appreciate you. Miss Sanchez, my girl. Well, I can't call you my girlfriend because I don't want nobody getting mad at me. Blame it on the new generation of parents. What up, Miss Sanchez? Me University says, we regret to inform you he died over 2 top ramen. Crazy, bro. Crazy. More Than Mellow says, they are duds, Anton. They were made to be examples. Facts. Janice says, these are the children of the crack babies. They don't fear nothing. Fentanyl babies, Fenty babies. Without question says, he ain't no activist. He ain't no activist, Jay Reed. Bet he getting paid M's too. Manny Play says, I'm the brokest 1%er you'll ever meet. Don't say that. Don't put that on yourself. 392Q says, ladies, what's wrong with being a sister wife? I knew y'all was going to say that. Lex, please. Lex, please. Lex, please. Turn off the lights. If you don't like him, AD, he can't come here. I love Lex. Me and Lex is my new favorite. Marty Slice says, y'all suck with the hairless Elmo. If you know, you know. Love. Chadford Moore says, it can't be that bad out here for the single ladies. Should be a lot. Does it count if he was defending himself? Some females be crazy. Hey, let me also tell y'all this. I want to give y'all a heads up. So y'all remember the guy that I did a video earlier this week and he had the bonnet on his head and he was talking about how I can't afford it. I can't afford life and all of this other stuff. Y'all remember? See if I can find him on my save. I want to give y'all a heads up because I will be going live this weekend, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be going live on these channels. Let's see if I can find him. I know y'all remember who he is. Bonnet Bay, yeah. Bonnet, the guy with the bonnet on. That's correct. Oh, you can't be all the way down there. Thought I saved it. I know I saved it. I'm almost positive that I saved it. For now, everything's gonna be all right.
You gotta listen. We want to be alive. This is not a ploy. This is not a hook. This is not any.
I'm gonna have to start vetting these niggas. It's a lot of people that's clout chasing that be coming up on my panels. Anyways, Bonnet Bay. Y'all remember Bonnet Bay? So Bonnet Bay made a follow-up video, and he asked me, well, he didn't ask me, he tried to come back at me, but he was basically on some like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't like him, whatever. Or he didn't say I don't like him. He said he wanted to have a conversation with me. And I suspect, don't know for sure, but I suspect that he's going to put me in my place. Let me see. I'll show you. Content. His name is JDell93, I think. So this guy right here, Bonnet Bay. And so he said, please tag Anton Daniels if you know it.
Joke about me.
So he tagged me. He reached out to me. And I said, all right, cool. So he wasn't happy about what it is. He did a everything that's being imminent.
I was eating.
He did a response video, and so he was schooling me and all of this stuff. And so he asked me, he said, hey, you know, what's happening? And then I said, oh, okay. He got a decent amount of followers. He got 155,000 followers or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I got it. I said, hey, I heard you was looking for me. He says, I am. He said, can we have a conversation or maybe go live? I said, sure. And I said, when you want to do it? He said, this weekend. I said, all right. So if you see me going live either on TikTok or YouTube or something, it's probably going to be to address whatever his concerns are. All right. So you know me. If somebody asks me, especially if I did a reaction video, I don't mind pulling up. So we going to have, apparently, I don't even know if he know what he getting himself into, but I don't think it's going to go the way that he thought it was going to go. Can't be that bad out here for the single lady. Should be a lot. Does it count if he was defending himself? Some females be crazy. Jermaine English says, I'm not on the internet. All I do is YouTube. That's it. I'm a bag chaser. Trucking and Hustle says, I left you the same message on Patreon comments, but I wanted to know, what do you think about seller financing for land or property? No, I think you should just say, I think you should save up and just buy it outright. Spaces says, can you put that last hour you cut out from after hours last night in the Patreon? Y'all streamed too late. I have to get up too early. You ain't missed nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Jason Statham says that dude, Hocus 45 in the news report is cool. His IG is all about getting street justice to people who prey on the weak. And ladies like Ari Spears says, no more
Pterodactyl wings to the face. Racy says that's why it's important to have a strong man around. That's the value men carry, and it needs to stop being downplayed and undervalued. Storytime Reading and Wine says good thing it wasn't a Kanika Jenkins situation. Leisha Williams says my next door neighbor was kidnapped in Nigeria back in January 2022 and never returned. They're on a long list of missing Americans at the U.S. Embassy. Rashida Howard, what up, Rashida, says I would never travel internationally on my own, not even in the States. Going to New York next weekend, girls trip, still going to be on my P's and Q's. Smart girl. B. Baker says I learned Spanish and won't travel outside of Latin America. I'm good. Abe the Hunter says I know it looks messed up. Ask yourself, doesn't it feel like the table is turned the French, British, and more without into Africa? What did they do? Now they are mad. Now they're made mad. Kelsey Clark in the building says, Anton, remember the complaints that the Olympic team had when they went to Paris? Sha'Carri Richardson didn't even stay in the Olympic Village because the conditions were so bad. Nasheed Waters says, one of my favorite Jay-Z lines is, I partied for a while, now I'm back to the block. I stay hustling. Supreme by Nature says, you may have addressed this. Where's Island Gal Q? Island Girl Q was just streaming on Monday. So we moved the Island Girl Q show, Hey Q, over to After Hours. All right, so now we stream on Monday, but it's now on After Hours. She was just there on Monday. Just a Ground Girl in America says, I wish you can talk to the men in my shelter. They don't want to hear it. Fukari Ferry says, I sent you a link to review on the other channel. Okay. Larry Jackson says, trying to get it with my system engineer and part-time sous chef job, getting out of the weird Larry spot. All right, I see you. Whiskey Pierre says, Anton Sir Shalom, message received, hustle all day. Shakur Nash says, AD catching up on the lives and completely forgot you were tight with Brian McKnight. He performed at my job on the 12th, offered you tickets. Oh, I could have called Brian. Call Brian right now. That's my guy.
Yo.
What's up, B?
What's up?
You, how you feel, man? Just checking in on you.
We're good. We're good. A lot happening, but yeah, everything's good.
Everything good with you? All right, hold on. Let me call you right back. I gotta check something real quick. I'm gonna call you back. Yeah, Brian is my guy. He give me tickets to everything that he go to. So that's my dog. Talk to him regularly. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to B McKnight, my dog. Let me see. Thomas Taylor says, I hear you, AD. I'd like to request an emergency coaching call. I'm doing them in October, so send them to me. Send them to me. Shout out to Thomas Taylor, my dog. I appreciate you for the 100 ball. Yeah, I'm about to call B next. B, because I was supposed to call him later on today anyway, so I'm about to call him right now. About to get to it. I hope y'all focus. I hope y'all focus. Are y'all focused? Y'all ready to get this money? Y'all focus? Y'all ready to get this money? Y'all ready to get this money? I might have Brian pull up at the next meetup. That's my dog. All right, let's run it up. Let's get this money. Stay focused. It's the weekend, but we got to keep on keeping on. All right, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Rome, says 27 male, currently a local truck driver, was considering joining the Air Force for 4 years. Thoughts? Do it. Join it. Got a hell of benefits as a result of joining the Air Force. Go do it. Yes, absolutely. Go do it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.